Right. Big up, everybody. Big up, big up, big up. What a wonderful day it is. Uh, oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'll wait for a few people to come in and then we can get this show started. Let's get a party started. So, big up to those that can currently hear me. And as the title suggests, yes, we're talking about the potential terrorist. Hmm. It's really funny, isn't it? When the tables get turned, when you can't say shit, when your boy is finished. Looks like your mayor mate from Manchester being fired. Well, first of all, Yakmud Ahmed or Ahmed Yakub, whatever his name is actually not from Manchester. The dude is from Birmingham. He's from Birmingham, right? He's a TikTok celebrity. He's a millionaire. So I don't think so. He'll be crying. Oh, look at this. I know you're in bread. You know, bread as bread to eat. Get, get stop or search on a terrorist act. It don't mean you're a terrorist. He's actually been charged. He's been charged under Terrorism Act. It's not stop and search. Uh, it's not stop and search. And Nico, you're a very intelligent guy that can't spell bread properly. Uh, it's not stop and search, Nico. It's actually he's been done for terrorism. Now, I've been calling it for a while. People like him and Anjam Chowdhury, both of them deserve to be locked up. They are divisionists. They hate preachers. So, if you've been charged with terrorism, then you're a terrorist. I'm just saying, look at the under the Terrorism Act for loads of different shit. There are loads of different shit. One of it, big up one is loads of different shit. I agree. You know, it's a wider perspective than just. But because obviously you're Western and you probably believe that terrorist is only one that would blow themselves up. No, there are many different forms of terrorism. There's radicalization. If you radicalize somebody, if you look at that scumbag Anjum Chowdhury, he never did anything himself, did he? He got others to do it. Now, what we need to know is how many people was part of this potential terror network, if there is. And I believe that this can have links um, throughout Europe with other extremists like Tommy Robinson across Europe. So, for example, you got Martin Sellner, his group actually, were planning some very sinister. You got Martin Sellner, you got that guy who created Pegida, or whatever you name him. Look, none of us have an issue saying this. I'm gonna leave that on the screen for a bit, so those that are coming in realize that none of us have an issue with this. Apart from the Tommy supporters, no one else has an issue with Anjem Chowdhury or Tommy Robinson both being locked up for terrorism. Because we know both of them for years have spreaded hate. How many people have they, radicalized to hurt people, to kill them? How much of that have they actually been involved in? You need to ask yourself, how many innocent people were hurt because of what Tommy Robinson was saying and what Anjem Chowdhury was saying? People can dress you up like they like. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Both are in it together. Yeah, they both feed off each other. They both need each other. So, I think as far as this is going for the Muslim community, we're like, yeah, lock on Jim Chowdhury up, man. We don't give a shit. If he's an extremist and he wants to go around killing innocent people, then yeah. Same with Tommy Robinson, extremist who wants Muslims hurt. Now we don't want to hear, man. We don't want to walk in the streets. You know. Now, as we know, it's illegal to support a terrorist or a terrorist organization. Now, those that support Tommy Robinson, are they going to be getting charged? Are they going to be called terrorist apologists? Or was some of them involved? Because it wasn't a simple case of stop and search or uh, this or that were going on. One week, Anjan Chowdhury gets nicked. The other week, Tommy Robinson gets nicked. Interesting, that isn't it? Big up Nixie. This was all planned. Okay, interesting. So one week, Anjem Chowdhury, the scumbag terrorist, is getting taken, and the other week, Tommy Robinson, the potential terrorist scumbag, is getting taken. So as British citizens, we all should be happy that the government is dealing with extremism. It's about time this government uh, begging ball was out last night, and how quickly did they get that free Tommy banner printed? Do they have one like in their boot or their cars all the time in case it's needed? That was a big banner that they had outside Downing Street. How quickly did they get that printed? Because what, he was arrested in the morning sometimes, early afternoon. The march, the protest was for 4 p.m. and they already had that banner there. Free Tommy banner was on show. So how quickly did that banner arrive? How quickly did they get printed? Do they have like a printing machine in the garage or something? That they're like, yeah. Or do they have all of them have one in the car? Every time Tommy gets locked up, free Tommy banner out, get the begging ball out, get the free Tommy banner out. Let's go begging. You know, so I think that, you know, him being charged with terrorism is very serious because, like Jupiter has said in the past, those that have even been found not guilty of stuff, she said, even if you've been charged, that's a big giveaway. Remember what she said about Luke's uncle? Remember, people, what she said about Luke's uncle? She said, even if he was found not guilty, but being charged is, you know, is more or less, is just as bad. So, will she be saying the same with Tommy Robinson? That even if he somehow does be found not guilty of any terrorist related offenses, just being charged is that bad enough? Like, he's already got that terrorist label on him now. It's funny because he's been calling people terrorists for 20, 30 years. He's been shouting terrorists at people. And now people are going to call him a terrorist. Isn't it funny how the world works sometimes? How the cookie crumbles. Uh, how the cookie crumbles. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy him getting locked up and all his supporters crying yesterday. The best chats are like, "We are Tommy. We are Tommy. We are Tommy." Shit. The "We are Tommy" sound is so retarded. They all look like retards, especially that Sikh guy. Oh my god, he looked like a proper clown. Him and his wife. Him and his wife. People don't know. I know that guy before he even come on these scenes. Before he even arrived at the first protest. I know the guy really well, man. He's been on TikTok grifting. He's been throwing his own Sikh brothers under the bus so he can grift off the Indians. Yeah, it's all for donations. Yeah. Thing is, they've had a big event. They've spent a lot of money on this event. The screens, the organization, organizing it, everything. Obviously, the costs add up. They've spent a lot of money. Uh, so they have to get that money back in it. Enemy of the state. I've already proven um Jamal case that his evidence didn't stack up. Uh, Let me see. So just gonna go in my history, see if I can. We are Tommy. I found out funny the fuck. We are Tommy. We are Tommy. So it was so retarded. Unbelievable. Big up to Sniper as well. Big up to Sniper. I had a really good discussion with him yesterday. Was it the day before? Yeah. I think it was day before. What's that guy called? Street Mike, is it? Let me see. Street Mike. Street Mike.
It's called, it's, you guys need to publicise it, right? I'll be honest with you, right? It's called Kazarian the Body.
Please. I'm not going to understand. Country where I cannot speak what I want to say. If I want to tell something true, they want to arrest me. Somebody wants to kill me. If I make a complaint, tell to me, keep quiet. Keep quiet. Been happened to me. I got death threats. I've been to police station and policeman told me, you should say sorry, change your house. We cannot protect you. Wow. They are protecting criminals. They are protecting criminals. Law-abiding citizens are suffering. Why we are suffering? Why? Because we're telling the truth. Is telling the truth is a crime? No. If it's a crime, yes, arrest us. Yes, arrest us all.
Now, this idiot here, he's a refugee from Afghanistan, and he's getting involved with these far right. Yeah, Sunni's right here. Sunni is right here. Sally, every time Tommy gets locked up, it just levels him up with his followers. They love him following a criminal, yes. Plus, his status goes up because the more crimes he commits, the more they can relate to him. Because majority of them are criminals or they're from criminal families. But I'm talking about this idiot on the screen. Yeah, this tosspot, poor excuse of a man. Yeah, the grifter that's gone there for grift with his stupid wife with him. Um, don't even understand that these are far right extremists that you're standing with. You're standing with the far right extremists. You're a refugee. You get seen on the street. Someone complains to the Home Office. You could be getting deported. Why are you getting involved in this? I know you love the TikTok fame and the Twitter fame and hanging around all these people. It's not worth deportation, bro.
Arrest us. We are Tommy. Arrest us. We are Tommy. I feel violated. This is rape of democracy. This is a rape of democracy. We can't take it. We can't take it. No. Free Tommy. Free Tommy. Free Tommy. Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy.
Look at the state of these people. Just look at them. Would you invite any of them to a party at your house? You probably lock your car doors. But let's just go.
Robinson. Oh, Tommy Robinson. No, it's truth. They will arrest me also. Arrest me. Fuck up. But truth need to be said. Freedom is not free. Freedom is not free. We have to pay the price, and we are paying the price. Nobody is paying the price for your freedom. It's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Tommy is paying the price for your freedom. Big up my general. Aduki's here. Yeah, Aduki, this is just a random stream. Family have gone out. All the women have gone, taken the kids. So I've got a couple of hours. So I thought, yeah, Might as well discuss this hot topic since it is going. And nobody else was live. I was hoping someone else was live. I could have just jumped on, chatted my own stuff and gone, but nobody was live. So I thought I'll have to do a live. I'll have to come save you guys that just want to listen to some YouTube and enjoy the sun. Let's see this. The hilarious part is when they all start shouting, "We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy!" Uh, oh, they sound like such hilarious because in the Asian subcontinent, generally they would only name a dog Tommy because it's a bit like Rex. In the Asian subcontinent, it's quite common to name your dog Tommy. Uh, so when this guy starts screaming, "We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy!" Oh, they sounded so fucking retarded. This is what I want to get to. Big up, Papa Cop. Hope you're well, bro. Yeah, Paduki, I don't need to let you in. You got your own key.
Okay. Yeah, it's me.
Hey, big up, man. How you doing?
Not bad.
So yeah, we're just discussing this potential
Yeah,
terrorist.
yeah, I might go in and out. I gotta play with the settings. StreamYard gives me a hard time, but I'll deal with it. So,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
worries.
no worries, man. No worries. You do what you gotta do. I'll just carry on.
Yeah, so I'll probably leave, come back. It gives me a hard time sometimes. I'll let myself
Yeah.
in. All right. See you in a couple minutes.
All right, no worries, man. Sunny's here saying that fool should just be happy he's in the UK. This is what I'm saying, Sunny. And then he's saying there, arrest me, arrest me. And I'm like, you're a fucking refugee. You can't be doing shit like this. You can't be getting arrested and shit. You can be getting deported. You're potentially campaigning for the terrorist. Since you've left a different country, we don't know what your activities was in that country. Then you come over to ours and you're getting involved in political campaigns for a potential terrorist. Go look after your family, bro.
But we will pay everything. We will lose. We will die. We'll go in the jails. But we will say the truth. We want our freedom back. Yes. We want it back. Yes. We want Great Britain back now. Britain. Britain. Great Britain. Where is that Great Britain? I don't see that anymore. Do you see that? Can anybody see it? Where's Great Britain? I don't see that anymore.
Tell me something. Just imagine Tommy is watching now. Look in the camera. Talk to him. What do you want to say?
Tommy, you created a wave of tsunami of patriots. Yes, you created us. If you are inside, we will fight for you. We still keep on fighting. What you started. Yes. That is going to go in the way, and you are the next Nelson Mandela of Britain. Yes.
Nelson Mandela, Britain. Them probably a lot of bloody swearing at him now, saying, "Why couldn't you say Churchill? Why did you have to say Nelson Mandela?" Uh, well, big up, Bunga. On Sky, they're saying that he has fled the country. Allegedly, yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, allegedly he's fled the country. Mm. He had a court case in the morning and he allegedly didn't show up. But then some people are saying he's got some sort of provision that's he's got bail till October. Mm. So next March is in October, I guess. Yeah, one is just Tommy talking about Tommy.
He is my prime minister.
Tell me something.
He is new. He will change. His arrest. What they done.
They know he's right.
They know he's right.
They know he's right. That's why they want to stop him. Because he's right.
What they did a very big mistake.
Right, I'm in.
They were not aware that people will come back and support Tommy. That you know to deceive them. They were making us very, very not serious.
Big up to this beautiful Sikh gentleman. Why the hell the guy is married, Babs, and you're commenting on his looks? He doesn't even look that good. He looks like a washed up cartoon character. But um, this guy could get deported. He's a refugee. He's claimed asylum in this country, and he's there out there on the streets campaigning for a potential terrorist.
He's a token coconut. He's another Raj.
Yeah, he's another grifter that wants to grift on back of his popularity because he feels that he's not when people like him go there, they're like chickens voting for KFC. So they all loved and they all big him up and say, "Oh, big up, big up, big up." This, that, the other. So these guys go there for the fame. But what he needs to understand, he's claimed asylum from Afghanistan.
This
Now
guy,
he's out here campaigning for a political prisoner, not a potential terrorist. He's out here campaigning for a potential terrorist. Anybody reports this guy, he can get deported. Do you understand? You're campaigning for what, a terrorist on our
and,
street?
and, and if he gets deported where he comes from, what do you think's going to happen to him?
What do you think is going to happen to him in Afghanistan if he's sent back?
He'll learn how to fly.
No, Wendy. What do you mean? So what? He's fine. What you saying is okay for him to campaign for a terrorist? I thought you guys were against terrorism. So
Yeah.
he's out here campaigning for a potential terrorist.
Yeah.
What crowd, Babs? They all look white to me, apart from them two. Uh, who's been charged with terrorism again? Tommy Robinson, Babs, has been charged with terrorism. You're not even allowed to back a terrorist because that can be considered as a terrorist apologist.
Babs doesn't know how to use Google. Tommy's all over the fucking internet right now.
Why don't you read the news, Babs? He's been charged. He's been charged with terrorism. So if that upsets you,
I don't
I'm
think
sure you're not going to back a terrorist. But knowing you, you probably would. Belly was right that no matter what Tommy Robinson does, they'll still support him. So even if he's now been charged with terrorism,
Yeah.
tell the truth. You and Wendy, if that was a Muslim that was charged with terrorism, would you still be defending him?
The only terrorists are supporting.
Wendy, man, you know the score on this channel. So Wendy, what's up?
Yeah, so I'm confused.
All
So
right.
they arrested Mr. Robinson under the Terrorism Act.
Mm-hmm.
He claimed he'd been charged under the Terrorism Act,
Yeah.
but he's left the country.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm
allegedly,
no, I'm
allegedly,
confused. I'm confused.
allegedly, he's left the country. Babs, I'll
Yeah,
let
but,
you on if you're gonna apologize for what you said the other day. Otherwise,
well,
there's no point in
what
even
about
trying.
you apologising to me then?
I'll apologize to both of you if you guys are willing to apologize for what you
All
say
right.
about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry as well, Wendy. I don't really
Okay.
want to insult family or anything. That's the last thing I want to go to. But I know
Please
that's what
don't.
can hurt you.
What did
I
I
know.
say that you want me to apologise for?
Babs,
What?
Babs, look, Babs, I'm confused because he was meant to have been charged under the Terrorism Act, but
He
he's
was.
left the
Yeah.
country.
Right, so he's so I don't know if you know, Wendy, but in a port and an airport, boats, airport, do you know what I mean? They can use
Mm.
the terrorist legislation, yeah, to be able to get hold of your phone to find out everything about you, and you have no right to say no. Okay, they are dying to get a hold of Tommy's phone because Tommy's phone has got information on there that
Yeah,
everybody
but that doesn't
wants.
explain how he's been able to leave the
What was he doing
country.
at airport? Was he at airport?
Because he's been given unconditional bail, Wendy,
But that
until
doesn't make
October.
sense. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense when he says he's been charged with a terrorism
I know
act.
he shouldn't even get
He
bail
didn't
under
fly.
terrorism.
He didn't fly.
All right. So
No. My point is, when people get arrested for terrorism and charged with it, right? Like he
Yeah,
said, he's been charged.
yeah.
They don't get to leave the country. Their passport is normally took away from them.
Well,
I
he
know, but
hasn't
he's got
had
an
his
Irish
passport
passport. He can leg it on
taken.
the Irish passport. So Babs, he
Hang on a
wasn't
minute. Just
arrested.
let me get my little book out. I just want to read this out. Just want to make sure that when you have something to say, Ghost, that I've got exactly your words to me.
Okay, do you want to record it?
Your sons are nasty bastards, and I hope they die a horrible death.
Oh.
So I'm sorry, but if you think I'm going to apologise,
That's a
No,
fuck up.
Dookie, leave her.
you think
All right.
you've got no fucking chance
That's fine, Babs. That's fine.
whatsoever.
Forever. So
You fucking
I've let you
cunt.
explain your bit.
You have got no right to talk about my sons. I didn't bring your children into it,
You
did
brought.
I? No, I
You,
talked about your little man.
all right. If you're gonna be like that, Babs, then so let me explain myself. First of all, if you insult my prophet, then I can't insult your prophet because your prophet doesn't mean what our prophet means to us. So I
Oh,
have to find.
don't shut
Babs,
up.
let me
What?
finish. I'm gonna put you in the back, Babs. If you
Because
don't let
I
me,
insult your prophet.
I've had to put her in the back. She wasn't listening. So, like I said, let you back on once I've explained my bit. So the way I
Any-
see it is, if you're gonna
Anyway,
insult me,
I just
you-
highlighted how he left.
all right. So if you're gonna insult my prophet, then I have to find something that is just as insulting to you. Now, I know you lot don't believe in God and stuff, so there's no me point me insulting that. I know certain members of your family might be close to you. Then I'm gonna target them. Or so the simple thing is, our prophet means a lot to us. You might think he's an ordinary man, he can't be with the family. That's fine. You can think that. But when you're gonna insult us, then don't tell us. Don't keep levels of how we're gonna insult you back because I will go low. I didn't want to say all them things about your kids. I thought I went quiet for a while and I thought, how can I react this? Then I thought I need to say something really, really disgusting to her that's gonna really upset her because she just insulted my prophet. So that is the reason I said it. I don't really want to insult your kids, Babs. Um, but if you I've decided this is a challenge to the whole of the internet every time because I've allowed it a lot to happen and people have come on and they made a habit that every time that I'm not even discussing religion, I'm not discussing anything to do with the prophet, they just decide to use that as a low blow. So when they're gonna use low blows for me, I'll find their weakness and I'll do it. The only thing I won't go for is little children, anybody that's under the age of 18. But any other than that, it's fair game to me if they're gonna insult my prophet. So
Okay. How would you like it if I said it about your children?
I would rather you say about my children than my prophet.
Oh my God, Wendy, can you hear this? Can
I
you
knew it.
actually hear
Yeah,
this?
I knew this. I knew this. Yeah.
What? So
So
you knew that he thinks more of his prophet than what he thinks of his children?
Yeah.
yeah, my children will think more of the prophet than they do of me. So with my parents, the for us, first is the creator, second is the prophet, third is family.
Oh my
It's
What
in
God!
would you
that
do
Even
with
order.
up
that?
to
Ghost, what would you do if somebody insulted the Prophet in front of you? Yeah.
your
Generally,
face.
if people are insulted, I am quite calm and depends on mood that I'm in. I will try to hold it together. But I could even get angry and just punch them in the face. So it depends how I'm feeling. Sometimes if I know that this is a tactic to make me violent or trigger me, or if that's what they want, then I might just refrain and just hold back. I might not say anything because
Um,
my response to you guys wasn't just over a day or something. I allowed it for a bit of time before I had to hit back. So
But don't do you
I'll
not
be.
see do you not see the ridiculousness of what you just said? Do you not see it?
That's to you. That's to
Babs.
you.
You've got to realise he's radical, so no, he won't see the ridiculousness. You've just got to accept it, Babs.
Oh my God, radical.
I
Well,
mean,
So
whatever.
all right. So if you went
honestly,
all right, Babs, you go to speaker's corner. Next time you ask Bob the Builder, who comes first, your mother or your Lord Jesus Christ? Let's see what he says.
he's going to tell me the same as me that my family come before anybody.
No, he won't.
I think he will.
No, he won't.
What? So you're saying that Bob and calling him Bob the Builder is almost as bad as me calling I fucking gold a fucking moron. So don't call Bob the Builder.
No, but he's
Yeah?
called the Bob the Builder. That's
No, he's
his
not.
name.
And you
He
know
is.
he's not. No,
He
he's
is
not.
called
It is,
Bob the
Have
that's
some
it,
Builder.
fucking respect.
Babs Love, that's his nickname down at
Yeah, he is
Speaker's
called Bob the
Corner.
Builder. This is
Yeah.
not a
Is
mick
it?
take at him. He was
I've
known
never
as Bob
heard.
the
I've
Builder for a
never
long
heard
time.
anybody say that
Yes,
about
we all
him.
know him as Bob the Builder, love.
All
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
known as Bob
all
the
right,
Builder.
all right. I was wrong there.
No,
Sorry, but
no
the
worries,
word
Bob.
isn't coming out. I'm not going to apologise for it, though,
I
Ghost. I
don't need
was
to
wrong
apologize
there.
because he insulted Bob, not me. But like I said, he would say the same. Now, when he's saying radical, this idea that I don't even practice. How can you call me radical when I'm not even like properly practicing? If I can read all my prayers in 1 week, that's a massive thing for me. I'm like way behind a lot of people,
Yeah,
man.
but you come across as very anti English.
I'm not anti-English. You guys, the ones that keep telling everybody that they're not English. When
He's
people
not
want to
English.
claim English, you tell them you're not English.
Who have
Mm,
But
I ever said is not English?
I'm
Who?
I
speaking to
I've
have.
never
Wendy,
said
I'll
to
man.
tell
you
you.
that you're
Yeah.
not English.
Speaking to Wendy. I'm not speaking to the Canadian. But
Oh,
like I
that's
said,
it. Oh, you have to get your little thing in there, don't you? You
well,
absolute.
I have to
I hope
differentiate.
your children are watching this, and I hope they realise that their daddy doesn't love them, because that's what this is all about. You
Okay.
love some imaginary person more than you love your own children. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself.
Okay.
Ashamed.
The thing is, Babs, I love my children more than you love your children
No, oh, how do you know?
because
Uh,
you've just made a comment on my children.
because if Ghost had grandkids, I bet you can see them. Can you see your grandkids, Babs?
Yeah, I can. Yes, I can.
My kids would never call me racist,
Who
Babs.
turned around? Who turned around and told you that I couldn't see my grandchildren? I fucking gold.
Oh.
I do key, Babs.
No,
I
I
know.
thought his name was I fucky because he's a fuckwit.
Yeah, I will
Oh
fuck
my
you.
God. Yeah,
No,
Babs.
you always see your grandkids. I don't know who's
Yeah,
Does she?
told them that.
I
Does
could
she?
fucking. You lot make me. You lot make me laugh. Even when we weren't talking, my oldest daughter and I I still saw the grandchildren because the grandchildren used to come over and see all the other kids, and I'd be involved and everything else. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm not telling you any more of my life, but like I've already told you, we were made up at the end of last year. Families have problems. Fucking
Hmm.
hell.
Well,
You lot
Hopefully,
are
Mike.
so stuck
any family who
retarded.
says they don't have problems are lying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, mine haven't at the
exactly.
moment because we're still young. I've still got very, very young kids. But I don't know what the future might hold. Maybe in
Yeah,
future.
exactly. Go to shut your mouth. And as for I
But how
fucking
am I supposed to?
he'll
How am
never
I
know
supposed
because
to? How am I supposed
he's
to run
not
a live
mad enough
stream,
to have
Babs?
children.
All right, Babs. Stop insulting everybody. But how am I supposed to run a live stream if I shut my mouth?
Why can't I? So hang on a minute. My sons can be insulted when they have done nothing wrong, and yet I can't. I'm not allowed to insult somebody that insults
Babs.
me daily.
All right,
I
Babs.
fucking
First of
don't.
all, like I said, I've already explained. It happened on Easy Channel. It wasn't on this channel anyway. Me and Wendy have apologized to each other, and I've
Good,
explained the reason. And I've
good.
also gone forward that if you guys don't do that to me, I won't insult any of yours. Simple as.
Then
And,
okay, then don't keep insulting Tommy.
oh my
Hmm?
No, no,
god.
no, 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 no. Every time you insult Tommy, I'm going to insult your prophet because Tommy is 120,000 times better than your prophet.
But you said my prophet didn't exist last time, so how can he be better?
Yeah, but he is. He's better than the myth.
All
At least he's
right.
not a pedo.
See that, Babs? Your sons deserve to die, man. Simple as. This is what I mean. This is what she does. She comes
That's
on
why.
here.
That's why I don't know why you allow her on.
No, I allowed her on because I thought I'll give her the right to pose an opposing argument. But if she's gonna go for insults
Oh,
like
because
that,
you wanted me to say sorry to you, didn't you? You wanted me to beg for your forgiveness, didn't you?
That's what happens when you support junkies.
you
Oh,
support rapists.
and that's what happens when you fucking support fucking.
So, like I said, Babs just likes to yabber on, then play victim. Wendy, she's in front of you. I've explained to her like, look, this is the situation. If she wants to use Tommy, who's apparently charged with terrorism, as somebody to compare to a religious prophet, then she's lost the argument before it's even started.
Oh, I'd rather not discuss religion.
I would rather not discuss religion. I've told everybody I'm not interested in discussing religion. I'm a Muslim man living in the UK. I'd rather talk about Muslims than religion. But they keep bringing it in because they know they want nothing else. Go on, Babs. I'll give you one last chance. If you want to have a discussion about Tommy Robinson, we're going to go into play this video. You're more than welcome. And if you don't want to, then, you're more than welcome to leave. So, no point insulting each other. We can have a civil conversation about this potential terrorist.
I don't believe he's been charged under the Terrorism Act.
So, do you think his team are lying?
Yeah,
So,
someone's lying. I don't believe it.
so why would his team lie?
I don't know. This is what I'm saying because if he was, he would not have been able to leave the country. I don't understand it.
And surely he'll want to clear his name before he goes anywhere, because being tarred as a terrorist is like one of the worst things that you can be accused of.
Yeah,
And
but what I'm getting at is how can you be charged under the Terrorism Act for committing whatever, we don't know, and then just float off out the country? It doesn't add up. There's something not right.
yeah,
Does anybody know the actual terrorist charge? Like what?
No,
what?
not this time. We haven't been told. No.
Okay.
didn't wait 1 second. Let me just Rashma saying Babs will learn the hard way. I'm not soft like
That's
those.
why I'm a bit suspicious, because normally he'll say what he's being charged
All right.
under.
Where is Wendy? I've got the charge sheet that Tommy Robinson put out. Do you
All
want me?
right.
Do you want me to show it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's show it. Was it Tommy Robinson that put it out? The idiot that put it out.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I've got it here. 1 second. Let me just stop sharing that screen. I can't even read that far. Anybody can read that low because I can't see that far.
Can I Dookie read it?
I'm not blind. I just can't see that far. It's too low for me. And
Yeah, I
too,
know what you mean. Yeah, I can't see it either.
Just can you share the post maybe in the back chat? I'll try to zoom in.
yeah, sure. It's a Twitter post. I don't know if you're gonna be able
I'll
to.
just put the link in the back chat, and I'll try to see if I can look at it.
I'd be really interested to
If I can see
see
it, I can zoom in. I can zoom in.
It's got some sort of charge sheet, so I guess these are the conditions that are on it.
Put the link in the back chat.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
With the browser, I can zoom like this.
Because I'm just thinking about other people that get charged under the Terrorism Act. Are they allowed to just leave the country as well?
No. As far as I'm aware, Wendy, if you've been charged with terrorism,
Yeah,
you
you're not
can't
going
do
nowhere.
anything. You should not be able to do anything because
No,
the
no.
Terrorism Act is quite dangerous and acts. Imagine some person got charged with terrorism, and then they fled another country and joined a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
You
is
got it.
my point. Yeah.
What are
Yeah,
you gonna do?
Right, someone here,
Yeah.
Ghost. Yeah? So
What?
do me a favour, Ghost, yeah? I won't mention your prophet if you stop lying about Tommy.
We're
No, but I'm telling you
discussing
the
Tommy
truth.
now, Babs. We're
Yeah,
having a
but
look
he's
at
got to
what.
stop all the lies, Wendy.
But we're not
It-
lying. I'm not lying at the moment. I'm
I
interested
know,
in.
no, you don't lie about Tommy. He does. Ghost does.
But, but am I okay to
Ghost
tell the
turns
truth about
around
him?
and
Am I
says
okay
that
to?
he's a rapist. I've heard Ghost say all sorts of absolutely disgusting things, and then that's what triggers
but
me because I know that it's lies, and then I turn around and I go for the one thing that I know he's bothered about.
so
Which
you would
is,
rather your son be insulted than Tommy Robinson?
no, I'm not like you.
So
No,
what's
I'm
your
not
choice?
like
Pick
you.
one or the other. All
My
right,
kids even come before Tommy. My kids
all
come
right,
before everybody. I'm
all
not
right. So
like
we can
you.
insult Tommy
Yeah?
then, but not your children. That's a
I
deal
Pardon?
with me.
can't
I
zoom
said
in,
I'll
Ghost.
insult Tommy
Sorry,
and not your children.
You
That's a
can't
deal.
zoom in. Did you say
No,
you
but-
couldn't zoom in?
No, because it's a small picture. If it would have been a regular
So
picture.
why do you have to insult anybody, Ghost? If I turn around and I said I'm not going to insult your prophet, what
I
right
won't
have you
insult.
got to just insult anybody, but I'm not allowed to
Babs, you're
because
going
you're
on
crying
like
like a baby?
Babs, you're crying because you're going around. Me and Wendy are trying to have a civil conversation. We're trying to discuss the topic. She's an opposing view. I've let you on common decency for another opposing view. If you want, I can turn this into an echo chamber and I could talk for England. But I want to
Stop
have a rational.
lying, Ghost.
Oh my God.
That is all you do. Last week you were like, "Oh, what those with that lady? It was nothing to do with a search." Yes, it was.
It wasn't.
Yes, it
It
was.
wasn't.
So
It wasn't.
yes, it
It
was.
wasn't.
Mayor
All right.
Toosey has
Provide the evidence.
proven it.
Provide the evidence.
Mayor Toosey, go and look at Mayor Toosey.
All right. Go get me the clip and I'll play it.
What are you
Go
on
and
about
no,
now?
I'm not
What are you
doing
on
your
about
work
now?
for you. I'm not doing your work for
Well,
you.
you made the claim. I didn't.
Your work. You're the one that's a liar.
I've
So if
said
you want to
that.
prove yourself not to be a liar, go and find it. It's on Mayor Toosey's channel.
What are we talking about now?
She's on
Normally,
about the
About last
Manchester
week,
incident.
he tried to
Ma-
turn around and say that me and Easy were lying about the Manchester
He was.
airport
He was
thing.
because what they did,
Um,
Wendy, was like that incident happened. We know it
Uh,
happened. And now that we've seen the full clip, we know the boys were a lot more to blame than what the police were. I still
Yeah,
think
they
the police
were.
should not.
Yeah.
I should not done
Yeah,
it.
they
But
was. Yeah,
having
they bloody were. I hope
you
that
never let me
policeman's
explain to
got
you,
his
Babs.
job
You
back
never let me
now.
explain, and then you say I backed the wrong side. I'm here telling you and Wendy that now that I've seen the full clip, and them boys, that even that kid who got kicked, the 19-year-old, had some moves, man. They were throwing them policeman's officers around for fun. So it shows you that they were some sort of like professional boxers or martial arts experts, because a lot of Muslims are doing MMA
No
now.
rags.
So it could be, and they went out of control. And I think if the police shot one of them, not many people could complain at the time, because the way they were moving
But
was
you would.
quite dangerous. But
Still
I think
excessive
once
force.
he was on the floor, I don't think so. He should have got a kick to the head. But like I said, um, I haven't seen the full clip, but nowhere. All right, Wendy, you're another person that's. I don't know how much you researched into it.
I'll show you
Nowhere did
something,
they
folks.
ever say that it all kicked off because the woman refused to get searched. First of all, she was coming back. If she refused to get searched, no way her sons could get to her, because you have to clear all that before you
It
come
doesn't
out.
matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what he
and
did. Look,
yeah, so
here's
what?
another
Yeah.
police. Here's
Of
another
course,
police
our
officer.
fucking gold is going to agree with you because
No, no.
he's like so
I
far
want.
up your ass.
Hey,
It's
Babs, I
unbelievable.
want you to read the fucking screen. Can you see? Police officer got sacked 6 times. Let's see what happened. Okay? Learn to fucking read for once.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go and get Mayor Tusi because, to be honest,
Look,
I
look
don't
what,
trust
look what,
anything
look what
that
it
you
says.
say. I
This is.
fucking
All right,
don't.
go get him.
Shut
Go
the
get him,
fuck up.
Babs. While we discuss real issues, you just
Okay, here we
go
go.
clowning around. Yeah. So
However,
let me see if I can.
Where did you find that thing about Tommy and what he's been charged with? Because I'm looking for it. I can't find
It's on
it.
his Twitter.
Oh, it's on Twitter, isn't it? All right.
Yeah, it's on his page. So if you go on the Tommy page, I'll try to go on it here on my phone. Might be able to see it better on the phone actually. Um,
it says, however, officers receive training and have special equipment to help them handle such difficult situations, and the public should expect that excessive force not be used, especially in the case such as this, where the man had already been brought under control in a taser. So when that guy was tasered, that was the end of it. The cop used excessive force. And in this case, this is a previous case, that cop got fired.
I don't believe the police did use excessive force. Looking at the
Once you
full video.
once you're tasered, the guy was on the ground. I don't care what he did
No,
before.
Yeah.
his head was still moving. He was still able to get back up. No.
He
I
got
think
up
I think
after he got tasered. He got up. Did you see him get
No, I
up?
said he would have been
no,
still able to get
No,
up.
no, no,
no, but
no,
I
no.
think at that time, because the copper that kicked him in the head was getting bullied by that guy, so that guy was throwing him around for a bit, and because he had him in that headlock as well. So
He's only bloody human. I don't care how well trained you are. You
yeah,
know.
no, I'm saying what is. So that copper obviously was still wound up, and I would have probably done the same, but I'm not a policeman. I don't have them high standards on me. I'm not judged by a higher standard than a normal civilian or potential criminal. But oh, Babs is lost it, mom. Wendy, can you have a little word with Babs or something? She's
Why, love?
moving around quite extreme. She like, you can't talk about Tommy. What the fuck?
Well, you can. Anyone can. This has
Yeah.
got to be the worst screenshot on X I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is it. I can't read it. I can't make any word of it.
It probably only
There's like
says English. It
three.
probably
There's like they've
Hang
obviously
on, it's not what he's being charged with. It's the paperwork.
conditions.
yeah.
No, describing his rights while he was being detained under the Schedule 7 of the Terrorism Act. I want to know if he's being charged or not.
Well,
He's been
he's
charged. He's been charged with yeah. I think I don't know
so
if it's
Babs.
one
Should
or
you
two.
be
But
supporting a potential terrorist?
Ghost.
So,
At the end of
Babs,
the day,
how do you know he's being charged, Babs?
but he said it himself.
There you go.
If you listen to the phone call he did home to
I've
Sarah,
listened to all of that
yeah,
part.
he
Him
says it
saying
in
it and
there.
it
I've
being
been
real
charged
doesn't.
with terrorism, and he got bail.
But I haven't seen anything.
I've got to admit, Wendy, I find it all very strange, yeah, because when he was arrested yesterday or whenever it
Mm.
was the day before, look, he was due in court today. So why did they let him go?
Yeah, he didn't
I
turn
don't
up at court.
understand that.
Oh,
But
look, we've got a full. So
Why
on
I
didn't
evidence.
he? Why didn't he turn up at court, Babs?
Hey,
but he
Con.
did turn up at court.
He didn't. He was due to
He
turn
didn't.
up this morning. He didn't. He'd left the country.
It's not a good thing,
But
though. Failure to appear is
he
bad.
was told because it's been now put back until October, Wendy. He didn't have to be in court today.
Yeah,
Babs,
but
you're
to
not
me,
listening, Babs. He's
somebody's
left the
lying.
country.
Shut
Not
Wait a
up,
minute.
listening.
man.
Somebody's lying
No fucking
because
washing
if
machine.
you're charged under a terrorism act, you are not allowed to leave the country.
Well,
Correct.
they've said that he is, Wendy. We
So
don't
he
know,
hasn't.
do we?
So he hasn't. So to me, he hasn't been charged under the Terrorism Act. I've seen no evidence. I've seen no physical evidence. Him saying he's been charged is a bit different to actually seeing physical evidence of it.
Either that or he's still in the country.
So you don't believe Tommy then?
No,
So did
well,
Tommy lie to
I'm not
Babs?
a big. I'm just pointing out facts. I've seen nothing.
No. When did I say that? No, that you can't. You just said to Wendy before I came on, "Oh, Babs needs sorting out because she said that nobody can talk about Tommy." When did I say that?
You
I
said
didn't say that.
I shouldn't.
I said you cannot lie about him. Let's
Well, I'm
get
not
on
lying.
with a decent debate, yeah, and
Okay.
let's see where we go
Okay. All
from
right. Let's
here.
assess it at the end.
Look,
So
my point is that they arrested him under the Terrorism Act. Yeah, he said clearly on that recording he's being charged. They
Yeah.
let him out. They let him out, and he leaves the country.
I doubt it if he left the country. I doubt it.
he's left the
He has.
country.
He's left the country. He is.
Yes.
He's left the country.
Yes.
Yeah, but how do we know? How do we know he's left the country?
So Babs, if you go back to that recording, I can play if anybody's got it. The recording that Tommy, the chat that he had with his fake wife. What's it called?
Why are you attacking her?
I didn't attack her.
You just
I'm
said
getting a
fake
call.
wife. Why
All
are
right,
you
sorry.
attacking her?
You guys carry on. I got a call coming through.
Hang on,
Hopefully, deporting you.
Tommy.
Babs, you're such a dog.
Please.
What's up, Con?
Because to
No,
me,
this guy. This
you
ghost
don't
is
get
a joke.
charged with the Terrorism Act and then go flying off somewhere. That's not. It's not meant to
Yeah,
be
but-
like that.
Yeah, but they're saying he didn't fly. He took it under that tunnel, whatever it is.
Well, the Eurotunnel that still applies, love, because it's
Yeah,
still
I'm
a
sure.
port.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't understand.
It's
either.
still a port of where you can leave
I
leave
know.
the country.
No,
I've
no.
got
So
to
Tommy
admit, Wendy,
Robinson
I
leaves the
don't get it
UK.
either.
Wait a minute. Tommy Robinson leaves the UK amid contempt of court case as arrest warrant is issued. So as far as I'm concerned, then he hasn't been charged with anything under the Terrorism Act because he wouldn't have been allowed to leave the country.
Yeah,
He
no.
hasn't turned up for what he knew he was going to have to go to court for in the first place, which was contempt of court.
Contempt. But regardless of the charges, if any, failure to appear in court right off the bat is a bad one.
Well, yeah, they've got.
He hasn't failed to turn up at court.
I've
Don't
just
you
read it out. He
realise
has.
that
He has.
he was with them last night. They let him go, and they gave him a new court date for October.
No, he already had one for today. And
Yes,
it says
and
here clearly, Tommy Robinson leaves UK amid contempt of court
Yeah, but
case.
Wendy, that is the BBC, isn't it? 'Cause if I remember
No,
correctly, that's
no,
the
it's a
BBC one that
newspaper. It's a newspaper.
Fuck, she don't believe nothing.
Oh, shut up, fucky. It's not that I don't believe. You get. Do you know how many stories are out there? I mean, the
He
BBC have done
failed to Babs,
absolutely.
hang on. Wait, Babs, don't get just so excited. Look, he failed to appear at the Royal Courts of Justice on Monday, which is today, for a hearing in a contempt of court case. And we knew that was coming.
There's nothing
We
to do with
we
terrorism, though.
knew because he gave us the date for that.
There's nothing
Yeah,
to
we
do
knew
with
it was
terrorism.
happening today, but they had him yesterday, Wendy,
That doesn't
and that's
matter.
what
That's
I'm
a
It's
saying.
totally
It
Sunday.
different.
doesn't make any
That
sense.
doesn't matter. That's a totally different case.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. It's the same case.
No,
it's a
it's
It's
different case.
exactly
not.
the same.
It's a different case.
It's a
Oh,
different case, Babs, love. It's a different
no,
case.
it's not. It's to do with this film that he put out on Saturday. That is why they arrested him, because
Look,
they want to
he
know what's
claimed
on
in
his
he claimed
phone, and they
Babs, he
want to know
claimed in
how
the
much
phone call.
further
No,
Tommy
no,
is going to be
Babs.
taking this.
Oh God. Babs, look, he claimed in that phone call clearly, I've been arrested, I've been charged, Jenna, under the Terrorism Act. Clearly, that's what he claimed. And now we're meant to believe he was let free and left the country.
I'm not sure he said I've been charged. I think he said they intend to charge me. That's what they've said to
Yeah, I
me. They're
think,
going to charge me.
he did.
Well,
That's how
people
I
need
heard
to
it.
stop saying then. I mean, all the people around him need to stop saying that he's had any terrorist charges against him
No, but that's what
because
he
it
said. He
doesn't,
self said it. That's what he
well, it
mentioned
doesn't
to the
make
girl.
sense and I don't believe it, or he would not have been able to leave the country.
Or if they've said to him, you know, like, we're letting you go, but we've got enough evidence to charge you, which we intend to do. We're just going to collect up more evidence. They've obviously let him go because he's got other things to do, like go to court and whatever. So they've let him go for that, thinking that he's going to turn up for court. And then he's bolted.
Well, I'd say they're idiots then, because if anyone with any sense would leave, wouldn't they?
But they have to collect up enough evidence, right, to secure their claims against him. So obviously,
Yeah,
if they've
but
got other people to
they
talk to
held it.
and
No,
other people
no,
to
they held
I'm
him
going to
interview,
under the
go,
terror.
guys, I'm going
No,
to
this
go
is
and
all
do some
confusing,
research
right?
and I'll
Because they
come
held
back.
him under the Terrorism Act, so they would have had at least 2 weeks to have been able to hold him under that act, right? It's not
yeah,
like 48 hours or anything silly like that without
yeah,
charge. You
Okay,
know,
but
2 weeks without charge to do all their investigations. But no, they let him out at 10 o'clock last night. Apparently, he's being charged under the Terrorism Act. And he leaves the country. No, that's not adding up to me. That just does not add up.
yeah. I think maybe he lied then. Maybe he lied.
Yeah, I think so too.
to get donations.
There's no way he's been charged with anything under the Terrorism Act. No, I don't believe him. He might have been picked up on
Held,
that
yeah,
act,
yeah.
but they haven't charged him. And if he's going to keep saying that they have, he's lying, because they haven't, obviously. And he's made it worse by not turning up today
I
for
don't
that
know.
other thing.
I don't know what you guys know about court, but when you go for bail, there are typically 3 elements, and you need to win 2 to get your bail. You can get 3, you're okay, but the first one they go for is, will you show up in court? And anyone who takes off and fails, like what he just did, they will use that against them forever. So in other words, for Don, he has to get the other 2, or you'll never get bail again.
I don't know if we have an extradite thing with Spain, because that's where they're gone.
Isn't that what they got Charlie Baked Potatoes too? Didn't they get him
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
So they probably, if whatever they did, they might do it again. I don't know.
Wow.
He's made it worse.
It
He
is.
just
It
made
did,
it
yeah.
worse.
When you flee, it looks bad no matter what. Even if you're innocent, it looks bad.
But I've got to see physical evidence of these so-called charges before
Well,
I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah.
believe it.
That's why
Mm.
I asked about the terrorism. Like, what is what is he said to have been doing or planning? I don't see nothing about that in the news anywhere.
No.
So, just
It'll
gotta
be an
wait.
eventful couple of days now. We'll see. Everything will come out eventually.
And what makes me laugh is, like with the onset of fucking technology, and it's not just Tommy Robinson, it's anyone's phone. So, is it right then that if you have an iPhone, the police literally cannot break into that phone? They haven't got the technology to do that.
Yeah, I don't think they have.
The police
So
don't?
Apple have invented something where the police can literally not get into it.
Why do you think the phones cost about £1,000, Wendy?
Yeah. A typical police officer probably can't get into it. But what happens when the police or the courts issue a warrant to Apple and they're
Yeah,
going to
but then
get
they've
that
got to
backdoor
hold your
key?
phone for a good month or two.
Yeah.
They take your phone off you for ages.
Well, they'll do it if they have to.
Yeah, they could do it if they have to, but it's not as easy as what it sounds. Eventually they can do it, but not look compared to other phones. Other phones they could just unlock them easy.
I know, but don't worry, there's ways.
You see, the same thing happened to Paul Golding, and he wasn't allowed to leave the country, and yet Tommy just gone.
Mm.
So I'd like to know.
Tommy's always been an unstable person. Even in interviews, you can see how nervous he is. He's
Yeah, but
shaking.
maybe
Like
maybe there's a time frame that when he left, he wasn't red flagged yet. But knowing right when the court was happening today, the minute he didn't show up, he's going to be red flagged everywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe he skipped just in time. I don't know. I don't know.
I
Could
reckon
be.
as
Could be that.
soon as he got out of that jail, wherever he was, that would have been it. He'd have been off.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason he didn't fly. I think he knew he'd be noticed right away. I think, and the other thing isn't just a vehicle you drive under, so maybe they didn't search. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I'm just guessing.
Do you know what was crazy when they said to him, "There's people outside 10 Downing Street right now protesting"? He didn't even know about it, and then they were like, "Yeah, Lawrence Fox and this other person arranged it," and he was like, "Oh." He didn't even comment on it. He didn't even say anything about it. That was a bit weird.
I found the whole phone call a bit weird, to be honest.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Jupiter's going to be in bits. Tommy skipped the country. That's the end of Tommy. She's going to be so upset.
No, she won't be. But my point is, say he's been charged with something to do with terrorism, right? So is this what happens to other people also who get charged with some terrorist thing? They're allowed to just skip the country as well? Because that's a bit worrying, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. You would think somebody charged with that wouldn't be getting bail in the first place.
You know, it's just a bit confusing.
It is a bit strange. You'd expect him to be a little bit more like on the ball.
Because you would think
terrorists.
Yeah, because you would think anyone who gets charged with terrorism act and they get bail, you might as well give bail to everybody.
Yeah. True.
So now I'm thinking he wasn't charged with anything to do with terrorism. They used the terrorist act to arrest him.
Yeah.
But he hasn't actually been charged with anything to do with
No, he hasn't been charged. I think I said, he even said he wasn't charged.
Well, there you go.
No, he definitely said in that phone call, Jenna's they're going to charge
he said
me.
they told me they intend to charge me.
Yeah.
So that means he hasn't been charged.
MK, you're absolutely right. There is a backdoor in every device. A family member was actually working for BlackBerry, the people who research in Motion, Ontario. One of my family members, and he and I had a lot of conversation. He's a programmer and all this stuff, and I can tell you right now, just because the police don't have your password, there's always a backdoor to create. If my brother created software because he's a software developer, and he gave it to somebody in North Korea or somewhere over there, he'd be charged for espionage. And every software, whether they deny it or not, has a backdoor for security purposes.
I was held.
Your average police officer.
I was held in a cell, and the police took my phone off me. They said they were charging me with malicious communication. They brought the phone to me, and they said, "Can you unlock it for us, please?" And I said, "You know what? I've got nothing to hide. I unlock the phone and I give it to them." I said to them, "Do what you want. Look through the whole phone if you want."
Yeah.
But you don't have to do that. But if you don't do that, they hold your phone for months.
Yeah. The reason they ask you because it's the easiest way to get in, and the other thing is the fact
Yeah.
that you open it. It's like you consented. So if they find something, you can't say, "Well, you didn't have a right." So,
Yeah.
but you had nothing to hide, so who cares, right?
Yeah. But I was out of
Get
there.
it over and
I was
done
out
with.
there in one night. I was gone.
Yeah,
I was out.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You'll
So
have to
it's
wait to see what
believed
Tommy
that he
starts with.
left the UK last night, as soon as he was released.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it was
So
probably
before they
all
had the chance to
organized.
put it all out there, like that, he's not allowed to leave. He just slipped the net.
Yeah,
It's possible.
I'm
It's
sure
possible.
his boys are waiting to
I
scoop him
doubt
out.
if you could get away with using a fake passport, not Tommy Robinson.
Don't
This is
know.
probably
Hang
the
on,
only way he could have
they
done it. It's
released
just.
him on. They released him on unconditional bail
Hmm.
at 10 p.m. on Sunday evening. But that is now believed he left the UK on Sunday evening because there was nothing to prevent him from doing so. So he
Oh.
obviously hasn't been charged with anything to do with the fucking
Mm.
terrorism.
Yeah.
So why did he start that rumor then?
This is my point.
Throwing a little curveball, isn't it? Trying to throw people off the scent. Because obviously there are people that's 24 hours watching him, innit? Journalists, all sorts of people. Probably like watching him hard, lefties. He's probably got them all on his case. So throw him a little curveball and ducked. But he must have been planning it the whole time. While they had him in custody, he must have just been thinking, do you know what? As soon as I get out of here, fuck this. I'm out of here. I'm gone.
Well, I think anyone with any sense would. But my point is, my main thing was worrying developments of, well, hang on, he's meant to have been charged with the Terrorism Act. He's been able to leave the UK.
No,
So does
that's
that mean
impossible.
that anybody else who gets charged
No,
with it can just bugger off?
that's an impossibility. Now, he wasn't charged with anything to do with terrorism.
No.
Of course he wasn't.
No.
He wasn't. Oh well. I did put in the side chats for Jupiter. I put bye bye Tommy. Turned out to be right.
Well, he won't be seen in this country again until I don't
But
know.
the best bit about this for me is that he loses all credibility by doing this, because you can't sit in Spain, put the Skype on, and start telling people in England how to live. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole thing about Tommy Robinson, he's the man on the street. He's the man of the people. He's in the marches. He's like out there, like getting involved. Without that element to his character, he's lost all credibility.
Yeah. Defend UK, but run and save yourself when the heat turns up.
Well, if he's physically not there, like he ain't got a lot to say. I think.
Sorry, guys, I missed the conversation. What we got to?
Well, I think this so-called movement's buggered now because, well, he's not going to be able to come back into the UK because the minute he does, he'll be arrested. He knows it.
MC, you got your camera on. Do you want to turn it off? Yeah, nice one. Yeah, so do you think the movement's like gone? Because there's massive players in this movement. You know, you got Lawrence Fox, you got Sagan and Card. You've literally got all the right wing.
Without Tommy, they're nothing.
Without
So-
you, they're nothing, Wendy. You're nothing.
Without Tommy, they're nothing.
But you're
That's
saying
it.
Tommy is the glue that holds all these lot together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Do you think there'll be like an ego trip? Because the other day, Tommy's obviously a fake wife, she said that, or somebody said Lawrence Fox organized the demo outside Downing Street when Lawrence Fox wasn't even there. It was Richard Inman.
Fox. It wasn't Lauren Fox at all.
It was Richard Inman that was
Yeah, but
there.
Wendy's a horrible person. Wendy, you're not needed in England. England's a better place without you, Wendy. Without
All right.
you get out.
Yeah,
You get
okay.
out, Wendy. Deport
Yeah.
Wendy, please. Government, the British government should
Shane
deport
can't
you.
deport me, isn't it?
Yes, you
Where?
can be deported. Yes. Fuck
You
you,
Where?
can't
Wendy.
deport me. I'm
Yes,
like
you
the Red
can.
Indian. I'm indigenous, yeah?
Oh, shut up, man. Wendy,
Wendy, don't
shush,
say that
man.
because then MT might have to get rid of you in a different way because that's what.
No. I'm not violent. I'm not violent.
Would you drink
Wendy
today?
needs to go. We'll just use a clever way to get
I'm
rid of
beginning
that.
to understand how the Red Indians of America felt.
Oh my God.
Trump is back anyway. Wendy, shush, man. Shut up,
Let's
man.
follow the Palestinian field right now.
We need to get rid of Wendy immediately. Deport Wendy now. We don't want her in Britain.
Get on the case, MC.
I'm on the
Oh,
case.
Where
no,
could
Listen,
we
go
send her?
try.
Where could we send her? I'm thinking maybe
we're
Australia.
going. No. We'll send it to Iceland. She
And
belongs in
MC, when you
Iceland.
file the paperwork, make sure you're not drunk, eh?
No. Don't worry. I'll drink.
Make sure you say she's English
I'll drink
born,
Red
you
Bull.
know, got no allegiance
Yeah.
to any other country.
He'll get himself deported
And
instead.
you be the
I was
one to
born
get
here before
deported,
her.
not me.
Before that
Yeah.
witch was born here. I was born here,
Yeah.
man.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
We'll get rid of her. She's going to
You
Iceland.
can't.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
All
Of
right.
course I can.
So, look, if people want to have a look at this post that was posted by Tommy Robinson's
Tommy,
scum,
get out, Tommy. Fuck off, cunt.
it
Oh,
says
shut
here.
up, MC.
I'll just go over it, MC, quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Uh,
Go on.
admin post. Please go to helptommy.com. So they've already set up a begging charity for him. Tommy has asked everyone to share this. Tommy will be
Mm.
fighting his legal case on two different fronts. He has also asked me to tell everyone that he's not going quietly and the truth needed to be exposed because there is a public interest to do so. A
Yeah,
young
but
boy's life was ruined by the press, celebrity.
Ghost. Can I just ask something? Hasn't that fucking Tommy been charged with terrorism offenses?
He
No.
has, yeah.
There we go, you
He
see.
can't have done.
Yes, he has. In
I'm just
Kent.
going back from the information I have.
Kent
Wendy has a
police,
different
yeah.
opinion.
No, they
When
held
this
him under the terrorism.
They held
Court.
him under the Terrorism Act, but he hasn't
So
been
what did they
charged
charge
with
him with then?
terrorism.
Yeah, they
I
didn't
don't.
charge
This
him.
is what I'm saying. I don't know
They
I'm
because
let
it's
him
saying
not
he's
go. How
been
could they have
terrorism.
charged.
charged him if they let him go? They let him out on bail, innit?
he has been
Yeah.
charged. Hey, Khan, listen, when you get nicked in this country, in England, yeah?
Yeah.
First of all, they're either going to give you bail to say, okay, blah, 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 don't
Fucking.
go away, and don't talk to
Mm,
anyone, don't intimidate witnesses.
Right.
Either you get that, they leave you
Hmm.
on bail, or they say, don't go and talk to witnesses, or he's been charged. That's all.
how
Yeah,
fucking
he
thick are
wasn't charged. He
people?
wasn't charged.
Really? How thick are people?
They released him
Why
without
don't you?
charge.
He's been charged with
Wh-
something,
wh-
but it's got nothing to do with terrorism.
He has been charged. She just said it, Khan.
No.
How
She
can
just
he
That's
said
a
have
it.
been
different
charged with
case.
terrorism and then just jump on the first
No
bloody
way.
Euro
Impossible.
star that's
She
going
just
out of
said it, Joe.
Waterloo? For Christ's sake!
I'm just saying, because I've been arrested before. They either
I'm
let you
sure.
go,
I'm sure you
they,
have.
say-
Yeah, I bet
they
you've
either
been
say,
arrested under the Terrorism Act.
not that nonsense. They either tell you, let me finish. They either tell you, don't go and talk to the person who's instigated it, and that means don't
I'm banned
intimidate
on there,
witnesses.
Stobby.
Or, like what we've just said, Wendy
Mm,
just said, he's been charged. There we
All
go.
but
right.
he wasn't
All right,
charged.
all right, all right.
Was
One
he?
second, guys. I'm just
No.
gonna play this recording of Tommy Robinson explaining his situation.
All right,
Yes.
let's listen to it properly then.
Just listen to it and then we'll discuss it.
Yeah, what's going on?
So, I've been arrested under the Terrorism Act. This is so that an examining officer can exercise his or her powers under the schedule for the purpose either of determining whether you appear to be a person who is or who has been concerned in the commission, preparation, or instigation of acts of terrorism. So that's what they nicked me under, so that they can nick me.
What are you meant to have done?
Nothing, Jenna. They don't. So after reading me out that, he said, "We know you haven't done any of that." So I said, "So why am I here?" They interviewed me for 6 fucking hours. 6 hours about yesterday, about the event, about whether I think I can stop the Great Replacement, about Israel. Well, what about a Palestinian state? It's fucking. And I said, like, because you don't have a right to remain silent, yeah? You do not have a right to remain silent. So.
Have you had a solicitor?
What's that?
Have you got a solicitor there?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter with the solicitor because under this terrorism legislation, you don't have to right to remain silent. So if you don't answer their questions, you break the law, yeah? So it got to then the point of what this has been about. They said, you need to give us the PIN code to your phone now. So I obviously said, I read all their stuff when they grabbed me.
So he was not willing to give his phone up. I wonder what he's got on there. Is it to do with privacy? I'm sure if a Muslim was arrested and he was not wanting to give his PIN code, people would be saying, "Why is he? What has he got to
Can I
hide?"
just say
Yeah.
something, Ghost? He says you don't have the right. So what right is he talking about? That
No, under the
idiot.
No, no, no.
Terrorism
Generally,
Act,
generally, what he's
don't
trying to
have any
explain to people
rights.
is like normally you can have the right to remain silent and you can say no comment. But under
Yeah.
the Terrorism Act, you don't have that right. That right stripped away from you, so you have to talk.
Under what law? Under what law is that?
I
The
just told you
Terrorism
Terrorism
Act
UK
Act.
of
law. UK
2020,
law.
you fucking idiot.
Yeah, but you listen, you blind little bat. You're not listening, man. He had the right to say whatever he had to say. So what you talking about? You
No,
What
blind
does
under
that
the
bat.
mean?
But he
What does
Terrorism
doesn't
he
have
Act.
the
say?
right to remain silent. He can say whatever he wants to say, but he's not. He can't say nothing. So meaning he can't remain silent. He can't say no comment like
And
majority of
they
people
want
do.
Ghost. They
They
want
can't
his
force you to
phone.
say something.
Ghost. They want his phone so that they can get everything that he's got on the police and everything else. All the girls have told him their stories. That's
Can
all
I
on his phone.
can I ask
That's
a
why he's
question?
trying to protect the
Can I ask
girls.
a question to Babs and Wendy?
But how do you know he's trying to protect the girls? Stop making up
Bab,
Because
stories.
that is
shush.
what. Oh my God.
Listen,
You know,
we know that this great replacement theory is
it's a far
a
right
ultra
theory.
right wing ideology, but I've never heard Tommy go on about it or mention it. Have you
I
ever
have.
heard him?
I
I
Have you ever
have.
have.
heard him say
Well,
it?
Yeah.
I literally burst out laughing when apparently under the Terrorism Act he was being questioned about the Great Replacement Theory. What
Because
the
he did
hell?
mention it in his like
Yeah,
on
but
when he was on the stage. He said we refuse to be replaced and things
yeah,
like
no,
that.
no, because leading up to the days, he even put out a video. You lot are being replaced. You need to be there to show that we can't be replaced. So this was one of his mottos going into this particular rally. And if you look at his conversation with Charlie Big Potato, if we get a
Yeah.
chance tonight, I can play it. He goes
Mm.
on about the great replacement
What
theory.
does it mean, you lot? You lot. He should behave
Do you know
himself
what
when he
I think
speaks.
this
That's
is?
what
I
it
think
means.
this is
You
Keir
lot.
Starmer. Yeah, behind the scenes, they're kind of like gonna do something about Israel now, and I think they know that Tommy Robinson gets money from
Keir
Israel, and
Starmer supports Israel.
Tommy
I know
can't do
they
Yeah,
support
nothing,
Israel.
yeah.
I'm not
man.
saying they don't support
He
Tommy
Israel,
can't do
but
he's
nothing.
there
friends
is
of
some
Israel.
like there is. I think there's going to be a change of policy with regards to Israel because don't
No,
No,
forget
the way I
England's
see
always
no,
it
there
is,
playing
isn't.
Tommy
both
can't do
No, there
sides.
nothing.
isn't.
the way I see
England's
it
always
is,
going to play both
one second,
sides.
Khan, one second, Khan. The way I see it is like the government going hard on extremism. Uh,
Yep.
on 1 week, Anjim Chowdhury was arrested, sentenced.
Yeah.
The following week, Tommy Robinson was
Yeah.
arrested, and
So
I
hang
think they're
on. So
going
you're not
hard.
allowed to
Tommy is
say.
nobody, man. Tommy
Oh,
can't do
wait a
nothing,
minute. So
man.
Tommy Robinson's not allowed to say in public, "You're being replaced." That's now terrorism, is
No,
it?
he
No, no, no,
mentioned
no.
it
I
on
don't
that
think so.
phone
That's
call.
terrorism. I
He
think
said they asked him questions, and the questions were to do with Palestine, and
Tommy's
him
got no
saying
power, man.
about replacement. He meant
no,
that's
no.
the two things he mentioned
Khan. That's
in the
very
phone
low
call.
level. Khan. That's very low level.
I'm
The
just
way I
highlighting what
see it,
he said.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I understand,
Tommy's got
bro. I understand,
no
bro.
authority in this bloody country. Tommy is
All
nothing.
right.
He's a toilet.
The way I see it is
He's a
like if
toilet,
you get
man.
arresting under the Terrorism Act, Tommy Robinson has tried to make links across Europe with very, very dangerous groups like Martin Seller, Pegida.
How long
These
was
are
that Martin
Tommy is
Selner
just an
thing?
asshole.
No.
That's
How
all.
long
He's a
ago was
ding.
that? You're talking about 10 years ago. What are you talking about?
Tommy's a
What are you on
cunt.
about
That's
that's
all.
his
10 years
very
ago?
good
Oh,
friend. They're still in contact.
Tommy's a
How do
cunt.
you
Tommy's
know?
a cunt.
How do you
Because they put
know?
their stuff out
It's
on
out
Twitter
there.
when
It's out
they
there. Tommy's a
message each
cunt. It's
other.
out there.
You're,
Tommy's a
you-
cunt. He's a
you're
cunt.
sick.
He's
All
out
right,
there.
Sick. Sick.
people in the chat want us to play the recording. Let's play the recording.
Yeah,
Then we get
play the
onto
recording.
because they say
Wendy,
it's
go
all
back to
explained on
Iceland.
there. So no
Deport
point,
Wendy to Iceland.
Anthony,
Yeah,
no
go
point
on.
us arguing if it's all on if
Okay,
he
okay, go
explained it
on,
on
go on,
the
go on, go on,
recording.
go
Let's play
on.
the recording, and then he might answer the questions that we've got.
Go on.
Yeah. The film I about yesterday, I'm appealing that case. I'm going, and this is legally privileged information, because that judge fell out with his own dad before my case. Yeah, so and that's new evidence. So he should have excused himself, and he didn't. Now you want access to my phone, do you? Which has every single bit of my legal stuff on it, so that you can. And also, not just that, I'm a journalist. And I interview, and I've dealt with, and I'm pre-working on another episode in Telford that involves a Labour MP. Yeah. So I can't. When I sit down and girls tell me their stories, they tell me because they don't trust you. They don't trust you because you fucking hid the evidence in Rotherham. You let them down in every town and city, and now you want me to give you what they've told me. I said in confidence. I said it's just not happening. It's not happening. They've charged me, Jen, under the Terrorism Act.
I told you he said that. They've charged me, Jenna, under the Terrorism Act.
Will you get bail?
Fuck me.
What it means is he was questioned under the Terrorism Act.
No, he said they've charged me, Jenna, under the Terrorism Act. That's
Yeah,
what he
but
said.
you said he
But they
can't be
didn't, though.
charged under the
But
Terrorism
they
Act.
didn't. But they didn't. I think
Wendy,
that was just him
he
making a
hasn't been
mistake.
charged.
He mistakenly said that. What he meant was that they held him under the Terrorism Act. He never had no rights, and they basically done that on purpose so they could get his phone off of him. And he's given the reasons why they want his phone was to do with some other case.
Well, I bloody
This
hope
is
not,
what he's
because
saying.
I'd hate to
Yeah,
think
but
that other people charged under the
Khan.
Terrorism Act just fly
He
out of the
hasn't
country.
actually been
Impossible.
charged
It's
for
impossible.
anything before we go too far, yeah?
He hasn't been charged under the Terrorism Act. How's he walking out the door on fucking full bail?
Yeah, because,
Yeah,
hey,
you wouldn't
you
get
know what
bail under
Bells,
Terrorism
you know
Act.
what Bells, like I just told you, you shouldn't intimidate anyone, no witnesses and all that shit. So,
It's not under the Terrorism Act. It's all different, MC. It's not
I'm
normal.
hearing you, I'm listening to you, but he
That's the whole
hasn't
point
been,
of the Terrorism Act.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't.
Give me strength.
Wow, 2 kids have died under that Stockport attack now. Wow.
Yeah, and you know what? He was 17 years old.
Who, the killer?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Is he dead? Did he get out of there alive, or is he dead?
No, he's alive. He's he'd been
Fucking
locked out there.
hell. They always catch them alive.
He was from a place called Banks, which is about 3 miles from Southport.
Was he like an immigrant or?
They're
Nah.
not saying. No, they ain't. They're not saying none of that.
That's quite sad, isn't it?
It's really
Very,
sad. It's
very sad.
fucking horrible. Yeah.
Very sad.
RIP to the kids, man. And the families. The way I see it, parents should never be in a situation where they have to bury their own child. I think that's one of the worst things that can ever happen. It's not
Well,
natural.
I
It's
mean,
not.
they were kids from age 3 to 11. What on just I don't know what's happening to this fucking country. I really don't.
Yeah,
Well, I
words
do.
fail me.
I do. I blame the government and the penal system. Yeah, that's what I blame.
It's absolutely sickening.
Fucking care in the community, and when they get, now this guy, this bloke, this 17-year-old boy, as they're calling him, because he's not even 18 yet.
So it was a
He's gonna get
17-year-old that went on a stabbing spree, or did he have some altercation with anybody there? Or
from. They're letting bits out little by little. Apparently, though, he's just 17,
mm,
and he's from a place called Banks, and they're not letting anything else out. So this 17-year-old does that and kills two little girls because they were all girls.
all girls?
All girls,
Oh
and
my god!
he'll get to live the rest of his life. To me, that's unfair. Why should he?
No, 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 no. That can't be allowed, because like I've only got one daughter. I've got three sons.
Mm.
The, a daughter is a lot more precious. I
So
wouldn't
you
really
imagine
care.
your daughter in that daycare centre today, if it had
Yeah,
been your daughter. Yeah.
yeah. I'm just
Sickening. Why
thinking
should
about
he be
of.
allowed to live? Why should he be
I'm
allowed to live?
I'm just thinking of the dads out there that
Yeah,
got
and the
daughters,
mum.
that
Yeah.
how they what must be going through them at this moment in time. Oh my god, I can't even get words out. It's absolutely disgusting. Cause yeah, yeah, I think daughters are very precious to fathers, and yeah, to get taken away in such a horrific way.
And
That,
why target a little kiddies like that?
yeah, this is why I'm asking what led him to that place. Was it his employment, or was it somewhere else?
Don't know. Don't know.
What would he?
I hope somebody gets hold of him and fucking just like beats him to death. Why should he get to live? Why
Oh,
should he
when
get
you
to
don't worry
breathe?
about that. If he ever
Oh,
goes, he's not going to be safe in every prison. Do you think you can kill little children, especially girls, and be be safe in our prison? You're not going to be safe there.
Any
You're
prison.
going to get done over. Even the police are going to set you up inside. That's what cops do. Decent cops,
hopefully. Yeah, hopefully they will.
they will make
Mm.
sure that this person is fed to the wolves, man. They will make sure that this happens. I know mates that have served prison, and they've told me when cops want to do people in, they'll make sure that they let people know what this person has done before coming in. That person will lie once he goes in there. Oh, I did this. When somebody asks, "What are you in for?" Oh, well, it's a little domestic, blah blah blah. But these are high profile people. This case is not going to be a simple one. It's going to be high profile. So everybody.
Ever since David Cameron introduced care in the community, yeah, this is all we've had. Stabbing after stabbing after stabbing.
Mm,
And it's not working, is it? Obviously, as those
mm,
little girls have found out today.
yeah,
You
and
know.
them
And
daddies
what's
have
old
found
Keir
out that.
Starmer going to do about it? Nothing. He'll do absolutely nothing.
And the daddies have found out that they're not going to get a cuddle from the little princess no
Oh,
more.
don't go. Don't go. Oh, oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about, because my sons never want to hug, but my daughter always wants to hug.
Yeah, little girls always do.
Yeah, and yeah, it's quite sickening to think about it. That certain fathers, probably same age as me, going through that.
Yeah, yeah. Dropped their little kids off this morning, as usual.
Mm,
It doesn't bear thinking about, to be quite honest.
how can you? You must have been really sick in the head or really mentally disturbed.
This is where I'm
Like,
saying the care in the community thing that Cameron brought out. All these people that should be locked up and never like see the light of day, now they're out wandering the streets. Do you see
all
what I
right,
mean?
so
Because
what is
yeah,
this caring community? Because I don't understand. I think from me, when you say care in the community, is like basically, we all as British citizens, should look out for our community members.
No, no,
Is
no,
this not
no, no.
different for that?
Yeah, no, it's nothing like that. The care in the community is it doesn't matter how mentally unstable you are, you will be let out and you will be able to sit at home, wander around outside. You'll get people who come and visit you once or twice a week, and that's how they deal with your mental health.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how unstable you are. That's care in the community.
Ghost, don't you know about care in the community?
Hmm?
Don't you know about care in the community?
Not in the way just Wendy explained it.
All right, so what's care?
For me, care is looking out for your community.
No.
No,
It's,
no, no,
Care
love.
means like when you get sections.
Yeah.
okay. I didn't
But
know that.
rather
Even
than
when you do you know, even when you're sectioned, right? You can go out, right? You could go out on like a day
oh
pass.
yeah. Of course you can go out. Yeah.
You can leave the nut house and go to Sainsbury's. I mean, it's unbelievable, isn't it, when you think
Yeah, of
about it?
course. Of course, it's crazy. It's mad.
No, but at the end of the day,
Unsupervised?
Yeah, of course unsupervised.
Oh.
And you've got to be, they trust you to
the
come
problem
back at a
is
certain
we
time.
we want people to be normalized and eventually integrated into society, even if they do have had mental health issues. But we don't want to put the general public at risk
But
in
there's
doing this.
some Ghost, you've got to understand there's different levels of mental health
Of
issues.
course, yeah.
And they let out even the most dangerous ones. It's all right. You'll see a psychiatrist twice a week. The crisis team will be there once a week. Off you go.
Hmm.
Then we end up with a situation like today.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I'm actually heartbroken
Yeah,
thinking, especially once you told me that they was all girls, and
it was. It was all little girls.
mm, and I
I heard
know
one
how.
of them was a boy. The first one that
Well,
died, they said that he was a mixed race boy. Maybe I heard it
well,
wrong.
I don't know whether it was mixed. I don't
Yeah,
care
I
either. It's just
don't even.
disgusting.
I don't even
Yeah,
really want to go researching this because it's like,
it's too
Yeah, I could
sad.
never. I could never research Dunblane either. Dunblane when that happened. That's one thing I just won't read about. Don't research or anything. Um,
mm,
Same goes for this now. No.
that's quite saddening, and
I'm just gonna
yeah,
say
we need.
two kids got killed and nine injured. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, the problem is, I know in America and stuff like that, it's quite common. But here, children getting killed like that, it's not a thing that we're accustomed to, and it's quite
But there's
sickening.
no look, Ghost. There's no deterrent. There's no, this person would have known. Well, nothing's going to happen to me because like they're just going to take me away and I'll be locked up in some nut house for the rest of my life. He won't. He could end up in Broadmoor. Or somewhere like that. He's not going to end up in jail. He'll go to Broadmoor or somewhere and be treated with fucking kid gloves for the rest of his fucking life.
Mm. Plus, Wendy, you would agree that anybody that's representing him, if he is able to find somebody to represent him, uh, do you think that they're not going to tell him to play crazy, even if he isn't crazy? I believe he is. Anybody in the right head cannot, kill innocent
How
kids.
can he,
No,
how can he act crazier than what he is? Like, look what he's
Yeah,
done.
no. This is what I'm trying to say. That
no, I know
anybody
what
in the
Ghost.
right
I
head,
know what Ghost's
not
saying. Yeah,
not have an
play on it.
innocent
Yeah.
child, especially a girl in front of him, and decide that I need to attack him. Nobody in the right head can do that. No human being, even if they was after revenge, their conscience will kick in and say, "Nah, nah, I can't do this. I
Why
can't."
doesn't somebody pay someone? What makes me wonder why doesn't somebody who's rich pay someone put a hit on that little bastard? Do you know what I mean? Because it can happen. Why should he be allowed to live when he's done that to
Yeah, because
innocent
this
little children?
country has all this conspiracy and everything. So even though that somebody might be rich, that might want to put the money in there, won't do it because they know that they'll still get dragged into it. It's not
Oh,
a
I see.
country.
They'll end up getting arrested and all the
They'll
rest
be
of
and
it.
you get arrested, and then can they enjoy the money they got? No, because they'll be serving a life sentence. So, you know, isn't a situation. I agree with Wendy. If that was the
Yeah.
case, everybody will chip in. If imagine if
Yeah.
there was a GoFundMe for a hitman that killed children,
Yeah.
we would all donate. You
Vigilante.
understand? But the way the legal system works here, it's all conspiracy. Even if you knew about it, didn't tell anybody, you're
Yeah.
all included. You're
Yeah.
all implicated. So you can't. Nobody would go to them lengths,
Poor
unless
little
they've
kid.
lost the child. Then they might be like fired up and think, that's it. I got nothing to live
See
for.
something like this, they could bring back hanging for this. You know that, because
Yeah,
if
this is what I'm
I
on
these
would,
about.
things keep
Yeah.
I would,
happening,
I
people are
would,
just going to think like, what's the government doing about this? And they're going to have
bro,
to. They'll be forced to bring back hanging.
bro.
I've always
The way,
said when it's like a death like this where you know who killed, like
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
undisputed, it should be
yeah,
death
yeah,
penalty every fucking time.
yeah. I agree. I agree.
the way
This
I would see it
motherfucker should
is,
not get to live.
I
You
would,
know when you
I
know
would,
for sure every
I
time.
would hire out a football stadium.
I don't care if you're mental. I don't
I
care.
would get,
Do
I
it.
would get all the parents of the children involved and throw that little bastard in between them and
Yeah.
let them do whatever they want with them and turn around. Literally, let them give him civil justice, people justice, parents justice. Just let them deal with him, and that's it. It's done. They can move on. They can get on with their life, and so can everybody else.
It's just
You
awful
know.
thinking about those two little girls that are dead. Oh, it's just fucking
Mm,
sickening.
mm,
And for what? Because the
disgusting.
government don't want to have nut houses anymore.
Surely the government must think that we might need to reshuffle a bit now that this has happened on more than one occasion.
No, until the actual people of this country stop fighting each other and join together against the government, nothing's ever going to happen.
The only time they care is when one of their own gets hurt.
Yeah, oh, fucking, it's different then, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, if a celebrity or
Or
somebody
like if a
else, high
judge's kid or
profile.
a prime minister's kid gets killed, then they go fucking nuts. But a civilian, they don't care.
Then we'll have rapid law change and new legislations and whatever. But if a working class children are killed, who cares? This is what these bastards are saying.
Just
You
shoot them.
Who
can't
cares?
even imagine, can you, what the pain of the parent that would finish
I'm,
me. I'm telling you,
I'm
it
trying
would
to,
just
Wendy,
finish
and
me.
I'm getting sick to the stomach
Yeah.
because I've got a little daughter and she means the world to me. And, I'm just, I don't know, man. I can't even explain that. Trying to even put myself in the shoes of
Mm.
any of them parents today, it's bloody disgusting.
And the thing is, they will be warned not to take the law into their own hands. This is what,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
They need.
yeah. They would be told to let us deal with it. But what you're going to do, you're going to
They
get
need.
them help. They list and they people on the person that representing the killer is going to
They need.
advise them to act crazy and play dumb, so don't have to go to a normal jail, go in a no house. They'll spend some time there, rehabilitate them, they introduce them back into society. Then unfortunately, they might do that again.
yeah, of course.
They
But
need Harry.
but
They need
you got
Harry
to
Callahan.
understand that the life of the parents is over now. That's it. They learn to live with it most likely, but
Yeah, the issue is that people learn to live whatever circumstances they live under.
yeah,
They eventually learn, whether you're in a prison, you're in a detention center, or look. We learned to live with lockdown. We all did. It was awful, but we learned to live. But generally, how many parents would split up because of
Oh
stuff like
yeah, the
this?
marriage. Yeah, they'll be under under intense
Because they're
stress.
going through so much emotional
Yeah.
trauma that they unable to continue a normal relationship as as ordinary people can continue. So how many end up splitting because this? I'm not saying this is the cause of it, but this is one of the big factors that can lead to it because people are not the same after
No.
going
Well,
through
how can
something
you? You
like this.
can't be. You can't be, can you? You can't be
Yeah,
the
so you
same.
can't just go back to being a romantic husband or obedient wife or whatever you want to say. You can't go back to normality, and this is going to raise. Oh,
I
I
mean, there
don't.
was that army officer last week.
Yeah, but the guy's
Now,
been charged with murder, innit? So was it somebody that he knew?
no, the army officer hasn't died.
Oh boy.
No, but attempted murder he's been charged with. Sorry.
Attempted murder, yeah. No, it wasn't someone he knew at all. He just decided to go out and stab him. Just like
What? It was
this
a
street.
random attack.
Yeah, just like, yeah, very random, just like today's. Yeah. Only I believe that the individual that did today's should not be allowed to live any longer than is necessary. That's what I believe.
I thought the other one because it was charged like a murder attempt. If it's a random attempt, surely that would come under terrorism, not murder.
But this is the thing. They have little boxes they've got to tick before it comes into terrorism. Okay. And if you don't tick all those boxes, then it's considered not terrorism. Well, I think today was a kind of terrorism too, because he brought absolute terror and death to those people in Southport.
Hmm. Yeah, I find it a bit weird because when I seen the headline, because I had an argument with Easy because he was saying, "Oh, it's a Muslim." I said, "Look, we don't even know the facts of it, and you're already saying it's a Muslim. How
Who's a
do we know
Muslim?
it's the person that attacked the soldier?"
No, he's a black Nigerian.
Yeah, but Easy had at that time, Easy had no knowledge of it, but he just connected it to Lee Rigby and thought it's a Muslim. And I said,
It
"Look,
was very reminiscent of Lee
yeah,
Rigby, but the thing is, the government, even if it was, say it was a terrorist attack, right? I think now what the government do is they just say, "No, we're not telling the public it's a terrorist attack. We're just going to save mental health." Do you understand? I think that's what the game the government play now with us.
Yeah,
yeah," but
especially
that's
after that.
dangerous.
Do you remember that Libyan boy? Was it in Scotland that he done a madness, and they
Yeah.
said that he was actually on their system. They knew about him, and he was like one of their operatives in Libya, and they brought him back here, and like obviously he lost it and just killed some people. But yeah, it turned out that Theresa May knew all about him because he was working for England
Isn't it funny that
in
majority of
Libya.
people that carry out these
Yeah, there's going to
atrocities
be
are
more of these
well
type of
known?
people, man. Like, just think how many people's fighting in the IDF now. When they come back here, they're not going to be mentally stable.
Look at this. Wanda shared this link on Bleedings yesterday. Look at this. Just a couple of days ago, and
Oh, I got the video of
Spencer.
that on my phone. Yeah,
Yeah,
What's that? I can't see what
just
that
a couple of
is.
days ago. Watch this.
what this Muslim taxi driver, poor kid got. Poor man.
Days ago in England.
You're not going home, bro.
Have they paid it?
Watch.
It's probably Uber online payment already.
Oh.
Oh, what? She stops.
He should have pressed the central lock in.
What's that?
Oh my god. Oh, he's getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a knife as well.
No, the other guy's got machetes. I
Okay.
think the
Uncle,
driver
drive,
was.
man,
Oh,
drive.
oh man.
Why does he drive? But then he's in
He's
shock,
watching.
isn't he?
He's watching.
Drive, man.
Yeah, but he's in
Driver.
shock. He's in shock, isn't he?
God. Oh my God. Drive, Uncle, please. Please.
He starts throwing money at him after.
Please.
Uncle's
Who
having a
was
breakdown.
Broke, my friend.
He's having
Blaze.
a meltdown. He think about
Blaze.
the
My
car.
friend, everything broke.
Just floor it.
who was
Man.
taxi
Not thinking
driver?
that kid nearly. Wait a minute. He's not thinking that kid nearly got killed. He's more
Drive
bothered
off.
about the
I'm gonna
car.
pay you, Uncle. Uncle. They're coming. You're going somewhere, my
Here,
friend.
take some fucking money. Let's
Take
go.
money, Uncle. I'll give you money. Don't worry, Uncle. Where are you going? Drive fast, fast. Fast, Uncle. Yeah, follow me, my friend. Drive fast. Uncle,
Step
please,
on it, man.
Drive fast.
Step on
My
it.
friend, follow me. Tell me which way I go.
Put your foot down.
Right.
The driver would have took off. That guy would have never got stabbed once.
Yeah, I know. The
He
driver's an
hesitated.
idiot.
Yeah.
What an idiotic driver.
He should have.
Yeah,
just
but
floored it.
you got to understand, he'd have been in shock.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
he's just a
Yeah.
normal average guy that's doing his job.
Yeah, he'd have been in shock. He wouldn't have been expecting that.
Plus, you got to remember that the car is his livelihood.
Money. Yeah.
That's his source of earning. And if that's getting ransacked and battered, then he can't earn for his family. You got
To be honest,
understand.
if it was me and one of the kids jumped in and the others were trying to stab him,
Floor
I
it.
would run those little pricks over. I'm not lying.
No,
I
can't.
would. I would.
I would
Sorry
just.
to
I
be
would
the bearer of bad news, but did you guys see what I posted in the private chat?
No,
No.
love.
No.
Sorry.
There's been a chemical attack in Bath.
What do you mean chemical of
A
attack?
chemical attack. That's what it says.
Acid attack.
What, on an individual
They've gone
or
down in hazmat suits and locked off the whole entire area.
Oh, God.
what?
Oh, is it?
Yes, bro. I
So
posted it.
we've had two potential attacks since Tommy Robinson has been locked up.
Yeah, bring back Tommy.
Yeah, but a chemical attack, that's something we absolutely dread, isn't it? I mean, ugh.
That's a serious thing.
Mm.
When did that happen, Becca?
Must have been last
It
hour or
was
so.
I only found out a little while, like literally just before I came on to here. Someone posted it somewhere else where like a group of mine that I'm in. The
Any
article
terrorists involved, Becky?
it
Any
doesn't
terrorists
say.
involved?
I mean, I haven't read the whole entire thing. I just thought I'd come and tell you guys because you're obviously talking about all this news that's going on today. So, the article was published today at 16:48, and it was updated at 19:52. So it was
Got it.
it was
I got it.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see that.
There's a major incident in Bath City after chemical attack. Wow.
Get bigger. There you go.
What the hell is going on?
Christ.
Crazy people, man.
I thought summer is supposed to make people happy.
Not in this country at the moment.
The woman is said to have approached the people with a bag, leading individuals becoming ill. Jeez. Let's see the chemical though. 20 emergency vehicles, 14 ambulances. Yeah, somebody's in
God,
shit.
look at them in their hazmat suits. Oh, Christ.
Triller says chemical bath. I'm not getting in that bath, Triller.
Oh, it was at 2:30 today, this afternoon.
Yeah. 2:30 in the afternoon. Yeah. Yeah,
Doesn't
Newton.
say what it is. Doesn't say. Probably got to investigate, of course. Chemical tests and all that stuff.
20 emergency vehicles
That's
turned up.
crazy.
14 ambulances.
Wow. Somebody's
My
going to take a long time.
What the fuck is going on?
Country you guys live in. Fuck.
I know we live on a small
It's
Ireland.
the heat.
Ireland.
It's the heat. Makes everyone go crazy, innit? Me and
I
Duke were
can't.
saying it earlier. But it says in the article that I posted that 2 people have been taken to the hospital with breathing difficulties after a woman approached them with
Yeah.
a bag in Bath, police have said.
Babs, I mean, Bex, like sometimes, like I remember like a few years ago when Ramadan was around about this time, because it goes back every 10 days, you know that, don't you?
Mm. Hmm.
Uh, it's about around about this time, like probably 10 years ago, that we had a lot of trouble in our area. We thought, look, it's the heat, people are fasting, they like, obviously, like the response levels and the tolerance levels are very, very low. They've not got food intake, sugar intake, and they're kicking off because we've seen fights left, right, and center. And we're like, what the hell, man? It's the most holiest month of the year, and these people are fighting. But now that Ramadan obviously happens in what, in March, so we can't blame that. But people are still going crazy in summer. So maybe that we're not used to the heat levels. People are getting frustrated.
No. No. People just generally insane and allowed to wander the streets.
Do you think,
Well, you know
Wendy,
what? That's
that's
a good point, though. Wendy's got a point
Yeah.
because even Dupe said this morning when I was talking to him this morning about when we heard about the children. You know, this morning what
Mm,
happened. Um, she was like, a lot of mental health hospitals have been closed, which is true.
yes.
that
You
maybe
know,
we
that
need
like
to
I
do
remember when I was a
research?
kid, there was a massive one up by me, and
No,
they were
Look, look,
talking
look.
about
The
maybe
closing it
we
way
need to.
down and rehabilitating them back into the community and all that bollocks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that needs to be reassessed now. That how many kids need to lose their life before we change our policy?
Well, I
How
think
many
Wendy, you
dads?
were saying in the side chat, wouldn't you? In that what was it? They were saying on the news about how rare it is. It doesn't matter about how flipping rare it is. It
Yeah,
shouldn't
they do.
happen. Full stop.
Automatically they started with the but we have to remember this sort of thing is very, very rare. And I thought, well, it doesn't really help the kids that have been stabbed today
Well, no,
saying
it
that,
Yeah,
doesn't.
does it?
Oh yeah.
not about the
It
daddies that
reminded me a
nominated
lot
their
of
princess again.
yeah, it reminded me of when that bombing of the Manchester Arena went off and we were all told, don't look back in anger, you know. This is just don't look back. And it's like you're not allowed even to get angry now about something. It's ridiculous.
I was out that night, and we couldn't even enter city center. Everything was blocked
No,
off. We
for
didn't
your
know
own
what
good,
was
I
going on.
expect. Yeah,
Our internet was dead on our phones. It wasn't until I got home and realized exactly what happened.
yeah. Well, again,
The
though, you
signals
have to
get
remember we
blocked
were all
off.
told not to look back in anger and da da. And today, even 2 hours after this 17-year-old decides to stab little girls, well, we have to remember how
Do we know his
rare it all
motive
is.
yet, or is it still unclear?
Huh?
Do we know his
What?
motive yet?
No, all we know is he's 17 and he's from a little village, well, a village 3 miles away from Stockport called Banks.
So was it an actual nursery, Wendy? Was it an actual like a proper nursery setting or a school setting or something?
Yeah, it was a little nursery. Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah,
a
but
proper
where
one,
was
not
it? It
like a
wasn't in.
not
It
like a
wasn't
one in
in.
a house.
It wasn't in that place called Liverpool. What is that called? Upperley or?
No, it was in Stockport. There's a place
All
called
right.
Stockport.
But I heard someone mention that place in Liverpool. What's it called in?
What, Portsmouth?
Nah, man, that children's hospital in Liverpool. It's quite famous. I've been there. I can't remember what it's called.
The kids have got sent to that hospital.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is it
Oh,
called?
Zara's saying it's a children's centre, so it's an actual
Uh,
proper
Nah, nah,
yeah,
nah.
facility.
You know what it
Harefield.
is? In Liverpool, I've been. It's called All the Day Children's Hospital.
Yeah, that's the one. All yeah, the kids, the
Yeah.
little kids that were hurt,
No, no.
stabbed to death.
But what
No, I'm
is
They
talking
Wendy?
said
about where
no.
they were attacked, Ghost. I'm not talking
Uh
about where they were
but
taken to.
the way I see it is, you know where all the late children's hospital is? I've been there. You know, like 10-minute walk from there, they've got like a small they've got a center like that holds like up to 100 families or whatever, that anybody's siblings, families, children that are in holiday hospital, because it's like intensive care units in there. They can stay
Yeah, but
there. Then they got
what
little nursery, they got parks there and stuff.
What's
yeah,
that got to
but
do with
what
anything?
I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out, Ghost, is
I thought
right.
that was attacked.
I thought what I'm saying is that where the children was in an actual proper setting, or was it like, because some people they run daycares out of their homes, so that's
It
why I
was
was
in.
asking,
It was
because then you can kind of question the
I don't
security,
know about
because
that.
do you get what I mean?
no.
Because
Well, it
how,
was the
like, I'm
proper
still
days.
wondering,
It was
how did the guy get in there to be
no,
able
no.
to do that?
Becca. Yeah, that went through my mind about the
Yeah.
security, but it was a proper like children's day centre for the parents to
Okay, so
leave
it
their
was a
kids
proper
there.
facility then. It wasn't like a private home.
Yeah,
How did
maybe
this
he didn't
no
look a threat.
case end up
Maybe
there?
So then
Did
that
he
only
plan to
leads to
go
one
there
thing
or?
then. Like, so obviously, because like the reason I'm asking, guys, is because obviously that's my line of work. That's what I did, didn't it? I was a nursery practitioner. I worked in
Okay,
nurseries. And
you
the
guys carry on, I'll
security
be back.
there, yeah, is meant to be really high. Not like, do you know what I mean? Like, to the point,
no,
like,
it is. Yeah,
if we
it is.
don't know
Yeah,
the person that's coming to the door, like, we don't open the door to that person. We're like one of the adults will go to the door and be like, "Who are you?" Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, really,
yeah,
really strict. We can't just let anybody onto in the setting, unless it's obviously like, you know what I mean? Because obviously it's mainly women in them settings as well. This is what I was explaining to Buddha this morning. Like, that's probably why, because he was asking where are the men. I said, well, if it's a proper nursery sort of setting, or a children day center, like a proper setting, then more than likely there isn't going to be men there. There might be a man cleaner, but not always. Do you get what I mean?
yeah.
So
It's normally women. Yeah,
yeah, this is what I'm saying. So the security there is normally pretty high. They've got cameras in places, and do you know what I mean? You have to be buzzed in and all that. So either the guy either worked there for him to be able to get in the first place, or he was, maybe, like, I thought before obviously we found out his age, I thought maybe he could have been a dad, but considering he's 17.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe not that theory anymore, but then he may be related to one of the kids there, or so. I don't know. Like, you got to figure out, how did he get into this setting? How did the adults who are meant to be safeguarding these children, how did they allow this person onto their setting? That's what I'm questioning, because that shouldn't have really happened, really and truly.
It depends. Maybe, maybe he said he was there to pick a kid up. I don't know, Becca.
But
But two of them have
even with that
died.
though, even with that, Wendy, yeah, right. And obviously, it wasn't that long ago that I was working during COVID, so like, it wasn't that long ago that I was in a
Yeah,
nursery setting. So even if that is the case, we would have had to call the parent. We would have made them wait outside. We would have called the parent, or the guardian, yeah, confirmed with them. Oh, there's someone at the door claiming they're coming to pick up your child, because obviously they would have to name the child who they were coming from. And normally, how it worked, each child has their own password. So you would have to say, "Oh, I'm here to collect blah blah blah." Then we would say, "Oh,
hmm,
what's the password?" Do you get what I mean? And then
yeah.
they would be let in. They wouldn't just be allowed in. This is what I'm saying. There's things in place to stop this sort of stuff from happening. So how did he get in there?
Don't
Did he
know.
jump the fence? Like, what's going on?
Well, they're letting they're letting out very little information about all of it. You know, apart from the fact that two of the little girls have died.
Yeah, I heard about that, which is obviously terrible news.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's why I'm curious. How did he get in there? Because, like I said, it shouldn't have happened. If their security was how it's supposed to be, he shouldn't have been able to get in there.
but we don't know if it was like that, do we? It depends.
Well, that's what it should
Like
be. That's
where
normally the
you
standard.
worked. Yeah, I
Mm,
know, love, but where you
mm.
worked, maybe they had the correct security in place. They're not letting anything out about this place. About the
which is
security.
odd. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm like. That's why I keep like. That's why I kept asking. Was it a proper setting? Because if it was, then how did it happen? I could understand it if it was like a private within somebody's home. Like things happen. Do you know what I mean? Like you might not be so on
Well,
it.
I'm guessing
Do you
they
know
were
what I
in a
mean?
hall of some sort because apparently they were doing a yoga thing.
Okay.
Something to do with Taylor Swift's yoga thing. I don't know. So I'm guessing they were in a hall or something. You know, if they were doing yoga kind of thing.
Is it a private hall that's connected to the daycare
They're
centre,
not letting it
or is
out.
it?
They're not letting out, love. They're not saying
This is what
anything.
I'm saying. It's very
Yeah.
hard to figure out what this. I've now been saying it for the last few days. People are probably going to be annoyed with me to keep saying it, but like we shouldn't be like. It's hard to judge something when we haven't got all the facts. It's the same thing with the Roma case. It's the same thing with the Tommy Robinson. Like we don't know all the facts. We don't know.
Well, to me,
Danny Tomo has released a video.
Oh
And
no.
apparently he's taken over the Tommy Robinson movement now.
Oh, what? Danny Tomo, the kidnapper?
The failed kidnapper, the sleeper of grooming victims.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a brilliant
He's
fucking role
released a
model,
new
innit?
video. And he's telling people to get ready.
Yeah, but
Get
What's
ready
got
for
planned?
Tommy's
what?
been
Hang on.
released though. So
This is
why
like
are you not?
deja vu, this is. Didn't everyone have to get ready in 2018 again? What the
Well,
hell?
let's
What?
see. Let's just see what he's got to say because I've not heard it either. So let's all listen to it together
All right,
so we
go
can
on,
give
go
our
for it.
live
Because I'm like,
reaction.
I don't understand how that works out when Tommy's been released. Like he hasn't been sent down yet. So what are you taking over?
Yeah.
He's been left in charge of the scum, man.
How can he be left in? Oh my God.
If you can see me and hear me, let me know.
Look at him, such a twat.
Isn't he?
One of those
Kidnapped
guys.
the
I'm like,
wrong guy.
he's got one of those faces you'd love to punch. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, he's been punched.
Fucking
Little
Chad
mister.
looking bastard. Look
I
at
was
him.
in
Look.
the army but got kicked
Let
out
me
for
know if you can
taking
hear me and
drugs.
see me, please. Send me a message, let me know.
Oh, that Essex accent, you can hear it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is how it's going to go down. This is how it's going to happen.
You tell us. Go on.
This is how it's going to happen. If this fella has come off a boat, shit. Even if he's not come off a boat, even if honestly, I'm ready to go.
He's talking about
I'm literally
the
ready to go. Do you
girl.
know what? I've just been sent the pictures of Southport today.
Okay. Get on with it.
7-year-old girl, mate, lying on the fucking floor.
All right.
Blood pissing out of every fucking stab hole. Like, what is going on?
Why did you have to be so graphic?
Is anyone else ready? Because I'm ready. I'm literally ready. Like, this is it. Like, honestly, if we find out this fella's come out over on a boat, yeah, how much more?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, how much more until we say that actually going down somewhere and just walking the streets is not going to change anything? Like, we need to be going to the Home Office and we need to be making sure none of them can leave that building. Like, we need to do something very extreme to make them starting to listen to what we're doing. Because now the fact that
Ghost, can you just stop it there?
I don't know
tiny,
if you just lay it left. I don't know.
little kids are
away.
being stabbed on the streets of England. Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at?
That's been going on for fucking
And
ages.
not even how many days
about?
ago we've got British soldiers being targeted. Now the kids are being targeted.
The kids have been targeted for years.
If they
what
come
are you
out,
talking about, you plonker?
if they come out and they say this geezer's got mental health problems,
well, they will.
If they start going down that route, I'm on it. I'm going to separate myself away from what Tommy's doing. I don't want his reputation to be tarnished. Things will change once the information comes out about this. It is now time. Like, we're going to do, wait until one of our kids are gone. Wait until one of our kids are attacked. It has to go now.
They are our kids, you idiot.
Seriously,
Whose kids
that's
are
where
they?
we're at. Everyone has to stop talking. We have to literally mobilize. I'm normally very calm. You know I'm very calm. But I've just seen the pictures. My daughter is pretty much the same fucking age of these kids laying on the fucking street. Yeah? My daughter is the same age. It's enough. It is literally enough. As soon as we get the info, as soon as we know, we have to come out.
Christian
You have to forget work.
thing
You have to
going on,
forget what what holiday you was about. We have to hit the streets. We have to make a huge impact all around the country. Every city needs to go up. Everywhere. That's where we're at with this. I'm sorry I'm so angry, but I've just seen
Ghost, can you stop it a minute?
little kids, man. Little fucking kids on the streets of what I've just seen. You should have seen what I've just fucking seen, man. It is.
No,
we're not in a Middle Eastern country. We're
Oh,
not in a shithole where these things happen on a daily basis.
Stopped.
This
This
is
needs
England.
to be fucking stopped. This needs to be stopped.
These are kids. These are little kids.
I removed it there. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's all I can do.
So if I'm gathering that if the said assailant is not from the Middle East, air quotes, right?
We are hitting the streets.
Does that make it okay?
It is that simple.
Does that make it fucking all right?
If they think that they can just brush this off, like they did with the soldier, brush this off. You're not brushing this off. I've been sent.
Danny, you've gone right down the wrong fucking road here. You've gone right down the wrong fucking path.
He's going to turn into a vigilante.
Graphic pictures of tiny little girls.
Yes.
Yeah, well, go watch the graphic pictures in Palestine, you dickheads.
Because these lot don't give a shit. They don't care.
Neither do you lot.
Because they're allowing this to happen. Listen, I hate being like
He'll
this.
get picked up next.
Acting like this because I'm
normally
very calm. But we cannot just keep talking about this all the time. We can't do it.
Turn the other cheek. You're a Christian.
So just get prepared. Just be ready. Just be ready because we have to. It has to go off in different cities. We have to be pinpoint. We have to show them that we've had enough. It literally is that simple. So, yeah.
That's why he's in the vehicle ready to run.
In the last 10 minutes, I just got sent through for someone and said, look, do you sure you want me to send you these? And I said, listen, I need to see what's happened today. Because from the mainstream media, you get this half truths and these things. Honestly, I've never seen pictures like that. I've never seen tiny little bodies of kids laying on the streets with blood pissing out of them. Because there needs to be mass police action. Every teenager that is walking the streets needs to be checked for weapons. Every asylum migrant house needs to be checked. Every migrant hotel needs to be fucking checked. Check
we don't know it was a
Don't
migrant.
even
We
know,
don't know it was
exactly.
a migrant.
Don't even know, bruv.
If he's saying if it wasn't a migrant, it's okay.
Keep making videos. It's not enough for us to keep showing that we're angry. We need to show them that we're angry. It is literally that simple. Two little kids are
Midget
dead.
rage is real,
Could
Nixie.
be
You're
my daughter,
funny.
could have been your daughter. This is a random place. Southport. So it's a random place. It's going to happen. It's going to keep happening until we realise we are the only ones.
Not
the
trying to be
fathers of this
horrible,
country,
but kids are being
the
stabbed
mothers of this
in
country
London for
are the
fucking
only
years.
ones
But you're
that can
just
put
getting
enough
angry about
pressure
it
on
now.
to actually get something to be done. They're normalising violence, extreme violence.
Yeah.
Extreme violence to our communities. They're normalising it. We never had a
Bro,
country
it's
like
been
this.
normalised for years.
Enough is enough. I'm ready to go. I know that a lot of you are, and I'm literally just speaking to other people at the moment. We're ready to go. We are literally that ready to go.
Gonna get done. What an
If anyone's wondering why I'm so angry and why I'm so frustrated, because I've just been sent the pictures from today from the street. Someone had taken pictures of a tiny.
Yeah, why do you need to describe it though?
Of a tiny little girl.
So he's gonna try and do he's gonna try and do the waterworks when look, watch.
Ain't happening, mate. Ain't fucking happening. It ain't happening in this country no more, man. What I've just seen will scar me for the whole of my life. What they've done. What they've allowed to happen.
Where was your tears before for all the other children that have been stabbed?
Look, I get his sentiment, right? What I didn't like was him assuming straight away. No, what he said. What was it? You know, they're coming off the boats. So if it wasn't a migrant, this is what I've picked up.
Yeah, exactly. No, I hear you, Wend. Yeah.
If it's not a migrant, what does that make it okay? Because to me, I
It
don't
doesn't
care.
make it okay.
No, to me, I don't care who fucking did it, right? He doesn't deserve to live, as far as I'm concerned.
Straight up, I agree with you. Straight up, doesn't
All
matter
right,
if it was a migrant
guys,
or not.
guys,
Yeah.
1 second, because I've not heard any of this. I got a phone call. I was preoccupied. Did he say anything outrageous or?
Yeah, he did. I wouldn't play it again, bruv. He's literally like
It's
at this
incitement
point,
almost.
he's inciting terrorism at this point, more or less.
Vigilante.
Yeah.
Or has he incited that is a certain group or
Yeah,
whatever? Because we don't have much information at the moment.
It's all the migrants. It's all the
Ah,
migrants.
right. So straight away blamed it on the migrants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys carry on talking. I'm just gonna listen to it on my phone, so I don't disturb anybody.
Yeah. No.
You
You're
guys
good.
carry
You're
on.
good.
See, that's what pisses me off. Because I don't care if it was a migrant. I don't care if it was fucking Donny Osmond across the road or whoever it was does not deserve to live. Then the
100%.
government should be doing something to make our streets more safer, and they're not. And yet he's screaming, "We're ready to go. We're ready to go." Only if they're migrants.
Someone just said, "This is a man who kidnapped someone at knife point."
He kidnapped the wrong person. If you read the article.
Do you know what I mean? And look, like people might think, "Oh, Becca," like no, look. Wendy will back it as well. We've been talking about kids being stabbed from young ages for how many years now?
Well, there was Dunblane, wasn't there, as well? Yeah, for a long time.
This is what I'm saying. We've been talking about this shit for years, but what because he thinks it's like my point is because he thinks it's immigrants or whatever.
Yeah.
Now it's a fucking issue. Where was your tears when kids in London were being stabbed left, right, and fucking centre? Where was your tears then? Do you get what I mean? So like clearly this is another fucking, sorry to say, but this clearly is another fucking money making machine for him. Oh, well, I'm gonna separate from Tommy. Why?
Becca, that he's got the sentiment all wrong. What he should be saying is, look, we've had enough of all the fucking stabbings. We've had enough of people not being safe in the streets. We need to all come together, no matter who we are, and march on the fucking on the House of Commons, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Not well. If it's a migrant, yeah, then we're going to do it. But if it's Donny Osmond across the road, that's all right.
Donny Osmond attacked Marie. I'm just kidding.
No, you know what I'm saying. You know, it's just like Joe Normal. Well, that's okay.
That's what he said. He literally said, and if it finds out it's the migrants that have done it, we need to stand.
Yeah. I'm just listening to it, Becca, and he said if we find out that this guy's come off a boat, so if he's not come off a boat, it's all right.
Exactly.
If he's come
Well,
off a
from
bus, it's
Exactly.
all right. If he's come off a train, it's all right. But if he's come off a
no,
boat,
no.
then it's an
From
issue.
what I've learned, from what I've read about the village he comes from, I can't
Banks.
see that this 17-year-old has come off any boat, to be quite honest.
Hmm.
He was
He's from
probably
So,
Banks.
born here.
sorry, Danny.
That's the most fuckery part of it, Wendy. He was probably, considering how young he was, like you said, he was probably even born here.
Yeah.
There's a possibility. There's a good possibility. Uh,
But trust Danny Tomo. He's got the whole sentiment wrong. The whole
Yeah.
country should be up and marching like they did over the Iraq
Stop the
War
knife crime. Yeah, stop the knife
about
crime.
knife crime. Oh, I mean, look how many kids have been stabbed in the last 3 weeks. You know.
Exactly.
I
And
understand
think
the
about all the ones that
emotions.
we don't even hear about.
Yeah.
He's
We
hijacking it.
don't get told about most of these stabbings, you know. Most of these stabbings go unreported. I hope you guys know this. This is why it's
Oh
a bit
yeah.
hard to
Mhm.
sympathise
Most
with
crimes
what
are
he's saying,
unreported.
because what he's saying is bullshit. Because, like I said, where was your outrage when all these other kids were being killed? Where was your outrage? You didn't have any. You were too busy badding up Muslims.
Well, he's made his point clear. If it's a migrant, well, you know, we're ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he said, Wendy. Exactly what he said, which is fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. Because I don't care who it is. As far as I'm concerned, they don't deserve to live.
Yeah. Anything against kids, that's it. You're out of here,
Yeah.
bro. I don't understand what we're
Yeah.
doing.
So really, that video, really, he needs to take that down because it's ludicrous. I'm sorry.
He's looking to get arrested.
See how Tommy got arrested under the Terrorism Act? He's gonna end up doing it. He's gonna end up same way.
Yeah,
Good.
because I'm listening to this and it doesn't sound right. Because
No.
it sounds like, oh, if he's off a boat, if he's not a Muslim, then we're on it. If not, then what?
This
You
is
gonna
what
be
I'm
okay?
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna be okay with kids dying? What if it
No.
was a normal person that has a generation going back to this country? Is that gonna be okay? Then what? We're
Sounds
gonna go
like
home?
it. Sounds
We're
like
gonna
it.
just
Yeah.
because look at this. This is what I'm listening to because I've got obviously I don't want to disturb you guys, but we might as well play it now. It sounds mad.
Well, who in their right mind would want to look at such?
Sorry, Wendy, 1 second.
If they start going down that route, I'm on it. I'm going to separate myself away from what Tommy's doing. I don't want his reputation to be tarnished. Things will change once information comes out about this. It's now time. Like we're going to do.
You hear that? Once the information comes out about it.
Time for what?
Look, what he's more or less saying is he wants us all to start marching through London and down to the House of Commons. But to him, only if it's a migrant.
I'll agree with the marching bit, but
Yes, so do I.
it sounds a lot more extreme than just marching. I think he said, "I'm on it. I'm going to separate myself from the Tommy movement." It seems like this guy is ready to go to war, and it's not just.
Well, because what he's done is he's given himself PTSD by looking at photographs he had no right looking at, to be quite honest.
Of course. By
Those
just
little
finding
girls.
out when you told me you were girls, I just
Yeah,
couldn't
but those
stop
little
picturing
girls
my
have
little
got
daughter.
families. Yeah, but ghosts, they've got families. What is he doing looking at photographs he has no right to be looking at?
And who sent him them?
Who sent him them? I don't know. How did he get hold of
Yeah.
such material? But let me
If
just play
somebody
this.
said to me, "Do you want to look at some photos of what happened?" And I'd go, "No, I don't. No."
Nah. One thing I don't do is look at photos or videos of horrific incidents like terrorist incidents or
No.
anything. I just close that part off. I don't want to look at that. But let's just listen to this together. It's only got 6 minutes to go.
Fucking mad.
Wait till one of our kids are attacked.
Yeah.
It has to go. Seriously, that's where we're at. Everyone has to stop talking. We have to literally mobilise. I'm normally very calm. You know I'm very calm. But I've just seen the pictures. My daughter is pretty much the same fucking age.
Yeah, he's having a look at the father. and that's the way I had to look at it. But luckily for me, I've not seen any pictures. He has.
Are these kids laying on the fucking street? Yeah? My kid daughter is the same age. It's enough. It's
He
literally
gets
enough.
quite graphic with it, by the way.
Yeah, but Danny Tomo, didn't you just say last week that the Palestinians are getting what they deserve?
This is why I said, how can you sit there and say, oh, I'm disgusted over these photos that I've seen? Have you not seen Twitter?
You've not seen the Palestinian children dying, little babies?
Exactly.
As soon as we get the info, as soon as we know, we have to come out. You have to forget work. You have to forget what what holiday you've had. We have to hit the streets. We have to make a huge impact all around the country. Every city needs to go up. Everywhere. That's where we're at with this. I'm sorry I'm so angry, but I've just seen fucking little kids, man. Little fucking kids on the streets of what I've just seen.
Yeah.
Just seen what I've just fucking seen, man. Like it is we're not in a Middle Eastern country.
So it's okay in a Middle Eastern
Nah.
country.
Did he really say that?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
really
just
said
said we're
that.
not in a Middle Eastern country.
See, this is
What
what I mean
parents?
when people are shooting off at the mouth. I don't know if he meant it the way it sounded, but that's just
He
not
is
right.
very
No,
What he
he's
said
emotional,
is just not
and
right.
because he has a daughter that's similar
he's
No,
age.
but
very
there's no
emotional.
justifying what he just said. Like, he's
He's
put it down
emotional
as a
because he's
mistake.
looked at no, Khan. He's emotional. He's looked at photographs that are
Yeah, but
horrific.
he's emotionally made the mistake by saying that.
Yeah, he's give himself
Yeah, of course,
PTSD.
we're not
Yeah.
agreeing with his rhetoric, but what I think Wendy and I are both relaying to that his emotions. Because first thing when Wendy told me that it was girls, I thought about my daughter,
Yeah, of course you
and the
do.
relationship a father has with his daughter is quite different to anything else in this world. But he's basically said, what, we're not in the Middle East? What, is it normal for fathers to lose their daughters so early in Middle East? What are you saying, Danny, man? Try to make sense
No.
of it. Hold it together.
We're not in a shithole where these things happen on a daily basis. This is
Well, we
England.
are. We are.
These are kids. These are little kids. Enough is enough. A soldier. They give us the bullshit with the Manchester stuff to stop us from talking about it. And now look at it. It is enough. As soon as we find out.
I'm sorry, I got a call coming. You guys carry on.
You see that kind of emotional. Because he's emotional, he's getting everything mixed up. As soon as we find out what, okay, I could tell you he's 17. He comes from a place called Banks. Why haven't you gone to Banks to find out who this 17-year-old is? Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, they're waiting to hear
Yep.
the
Yeah, but didn't they catch him?
nationality.
I thought they caught
They're
him.
waiting to hear the nationality. That's what they're waiting for.
Yep.
And to me, I don't give a fuck whether what they are. They don't deserve to live.
100%. Don't matter who it is. It don't matter.
There's a 50-50 chance he didn't even see these pictures. He's just trying to hijack this.
Probably.
I don't know.
Just like the St. George thing and everything else.
Look. You know your own mind, don't you? So, like, if you know that you can't take stuff like that, why the hell would you say, "Yeah, send them to me"?
Oh yeah.
And what?
It's
He's
silly.
got no respect for the parents, has he? If he's just they're sending these photos of these. So who would have been allowed into that scene? So the police,
Forensic.
He'd be cordoned off.
forensic,
Yeah.
ambulance,
Corner.
coroners.
All those stuff. Yeah. Emergency only people.
Yeah.
They're not going to let a civilian walk up there and take pictures.
No.
That's why I'm saying there's a good chance he didn't even see this picture. He's just hijacking it.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have. Even if he has, he shouldn't have said, "Yeah, I want them." If his mind's not able to take it, well, People like him make me laugh. He's give yourself PTSD.
Yeah, but what's going to get him in trouble is trying to incite other people to go do something stupid.
Well, you know, if I know the guy's 17 and from a little village called Banks near Southport, he knows. So what's he doing sat in a car screaming at a video? Do you see my point?
Yeah.
So, no, Danny, that's not going to wash. I'm sorry. We're all upset over it. So, no. Little, you know, I'll go kidnap someone.
Yeah, Wendy's funny.
He wants to know the identity, so he want to make sure it's the right guy this time.
No, they want to know the identity because, believe me, if it's anything
I know.
to do, yeah, if his name is the name they're looking for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
And if it isn't, then what? He looks like an idiot.
Yeah.
but if
Again.
his name is John Smith, well, oh, okay, let's just watch EastEnders then. Do you see my point, though, Becca?
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not saying nothing. I totally agree with everything you're saying right now,
Yeah.
Wend. Totally agree. That's why I said earlier, like, where was your outrage when this sort of stuff was good? Like, not obviously not to this extent, but you
No.
know what I mean. Where was your outrage when kids were getting killed before? You weren't talking about, oh, we need to rise up then, was you? No. It's
No.
because you think it's an immigrant that's done it. That's why they tell people not to speculate.
Exactly. Yeah, and rumours and speculation. And where he fucking lives, I mean, he practically lives on TikTok, a silly little bastard. You know, the rumours and speculation that go on in that place is ridiculous on that app. I mean, literally, I've never known anything like it. It needs to be shut down as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I hear it's not the best place. But very much like misinformation and whatnot.
Yes, yeah. What does he think is going to happen? Does he think hordes of fucking men are going to turn up or something? Because this is England. It doesn't happen like that.
They're probably going to do the whole not our girls thing again. You know what I mean?
Danny's been trying to rally up an army for months now. Everything comes out, he tries to rally a group. Next month there'll be something else.
Next month, maybe tomorrow. The way things are looking. I mean, I understand. I get his sentiment, but the way he's going on about it is fucking nuts. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Oh, depending on what nationality he is, you know, we're on it. Otherwise, it's coffee and EastEnders. See what I mean? This just doesn't. No. You're either going to get a march going and go to the House of Commons, or you're fucking not. You don't need to know what nationality anyone is. I mean, not long ago, and we haven't heard anything since, that little boy who had his throat, was practically fucking beheaded. And it seemed to take the police forever to fucking taser him. He was running around with a sword.
Yeah.
What have we heard about him since? Absolutely nothing. Maybe if Danny Tomo had got, all these millions of people to go to London and demonstrate, maybe this school thing in, is it Southport? Yeah, Southport, wouldn't have happened. Who knows? So people like him make me sick because they don't intend on doing anything.
Yeah, they just want to rile up the people.
Yeah.
Give it a couple of days, he'll put out another video like, "Oh, apologise, I shouldn't have." Because I thought, like, that's what I was saying. Is he not meant to be a Christian?
Yes,
Was
he
he
is
not?
meant to
Was
be.
he not
Yeah.
in church the other day?
Yesterday, he certainly was. And he kept coming out of church to update people on Tommy Robinson, which I found
Hmm?
hysterical. But, you know, the fact he was bouncing in and out of the church, Christ knows what the vicar thought.
He
Oh,
must
hang
have
on a
thought he
minute.
had like a really bad stomach ache or something.
No.
I hope he's all right over there. He keeps just jumping up and walking out.
He's given himself PTSD. That's what he's done. He's thought he was going to be able to take what
What was
policemen and
going on?
ambulance people have to see and deal with on a daily basis, and he can't.
It's your own fault, then, isn't it? Shouldn't
Yeah.
have looked at it.
That's right, Jordan.
I've got the sense not to look at stuff like that.
Yeah, but a lot of people use certain situations, don't they, to
Yeah.
which is wrong in general, like, do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be using anybody's, especially tragic situations like this. You shouldn't be using it to gain any sort of clout or
No.
any sort like. I reckon that should be like a law or what was it or what's it called? What they call them? Not maybe not a law, but what they call it. What's the other one, Wendy? The word I'm looking for,
Injunction?
like a legislation. Yeah, I
Oh,
can't even say.
A
legislation.
bill?
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
bill?
that or some. Yeah, something like that
You
or that.
can't
Maybe.
profit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
To stop that shit, because like you shouldn't be able to use people's tragedies to for anything. I don't think. I think that's wrong.
Well, I remember when my husband was killed in a car crash, and the police turned up I don't know, 2 days later, and they had this like, I don't know, satchel thing with them, and inside they took out all these photographs, and they stood in front of me and said, before you look at these, we must I goes, well, what are they first? Yeah. Well, the
Mm,
photographs of the car. I went, right. Why do I need to look at that? Well, it,
exactly.
yeah, it just helps you, and we must warn you. There's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay, so
just get
why
the?
would I want to
They
see it
tell you to
then?
sit down.
Yeah. Why do I need to? And I didn't look at them. I said, take them
Yeah,
away. I'm
no, yeah,
not
yeah, fuck that.
interested.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
go away, go away. Like you're just trying to re-traumatize the victim at that
Yeah.
point. And they should
And
like I don't know. They should respect your wishes as well. If you've turned
no,
around and told them straight, like, look, do you know what? I don't no, I don't want to. Then they should.
and in the
That should
car
be
was
enough.
like he must have got to the garage, and he'd bought like a box of roses, you know, the
Mm,
chocolates
yeah.
and different things. And the night they actually came to tell me he'd been killed. If they didn't turn up with these fucking roses and things, these were in the car, full of all covered in blood.
Oh God.
I said, get them away, because I had the kids to think of. I said, just
Oh,
bin
yeah.
them. I don't want them. Not unless they get people who want stuff like that, Becca. I don't know, but I didn't want them.
I mean, some people that go through traumatic things. I mean, everyone react. Yeah, everyone like it's like
Mm,
grieving process. Everyone has their own way of dealing with things. Some people do like to see it for themselves because it's like when you go through a period of denial, when.
yes, yes.
Yeah, so I think some people, I think they get to that point where they're like, you know what, actually, yeah, I do want because I need to make this real. So I think in some people that it does help, but other people are not like that. Some, like you said, some people just
No.
like me. I'm agreeing with you. I don't want to see none of that shit.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
no.
mean? Like it's bad enough that I know what I already know. Like I don't like my imagination is bad enough on its own. I don't need to see everything else. Like I'm good.
Yeah. And the next thing to arrive were his clothes. I said,
Yeah,
well, what do I want these for? Well, I went, no,
personal effects in it and whatnot. Yeah.
I didn't mind, like, well, how can I put it, his watch and things like that.
Mhm.
Obviously, you
Yeah.
know, But his blood-stained clothes? No, thank you. I've
Well, I
got
would
the
have thought
children to
they
think
would have
about.
cut them off, wouldn't they? They would have
They
been
were
damaged
cut off. They
anyway.
were cut
Yeah,
off. Yeah.
yeah.
They were cut off and they were full of blood. Well, you might want to wash them, keep them. I went, why would I want to wash
Well,
them?
yeah, like I've got loads of other clothes in the cupboard that I can keep. It's good. Like, the
Yeah.
hell?
This was the police liaison officer. I went, no thanks.
Yeah,
Get rid of them.
yeah.
And not at no point did that police liaison officer think of the 11-year-old and the 12-year-old that was stood next to me. Do you know what I
Oh
mean? No, at no
gosh.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys, I got called. Then I thought I'll finish off playing to the video rather than interrupting your conversation. That
That's
Danny
all right.
whole video just come across like really extreme. I know he's caught up in all emotions of seeing the pictures that were sent to him. He said that he had to see him
Oh, did
just to get an
Really?
idea of exactly what was going on. He told
he?
everybody to get
Well,
ready.
knowing that 2 of them was injured enough to die, surely that's enough to know how bad it was, you know?
But he explained them in graphic detail that like they were lying on the pavement, with blood pouring out of them, which is like quite horrific. But putting emotions aside, he told people to get ready.
Mm.
And I think that's going too far. Like Jordan have said, that video surely comes across an incitement violence laws. So we can get a second member of the Tommy Robinson crew.
Yeah, but I'm
Charlie,
not being funny, Ghost. It should be get ready no matter who did it. It's time to march on Parliament and demand that this country is made safer. It doesn't matter who did it. But in that video, he makes it clear, well, if you just come off a boat.
yeah, if it's come over a boat or if it's is one of these hotels, then that's it. It's over. So literally, if it isn't one of them, then it's all right.
No,
Then
it's not.
it's fine to get killed.
No, it's not all right. I didn't think it was all right the other week when that 14-year-old got his head nearly sliced off by that individual who was on his way to school. And we haven't heard anything about him since. He's like disappeared into the system.
Yeah, it's like for such a small country, we're getting a lot of
Hello?
this stuff going on, and
Yeah.
it gets brushed under the carpet. We never hear of half of stuff.
No.
Again, it's like poor journalism, and the police or the government or whoever's above can't say it's conservative or Labour because it happened to the conservative
No,
before.
we're deliberately getting lied to. There's no doubt about it because, like I've said, I'm going to say, care in the community. That's what it is.
Care in the community. But we can't have
Does it?
care in the community if it means what you guys described it, because my understanding of the phrase was totally different.
No, that's what it means, love. What I said.
I can't accept that because I'm all for giving people a second chance and letting them normalize. But I'm not going to do it at the risk of my children. Or in
When
the
when when they section someone and they go into one of these facilities, there is no therapy in that facility until they get the care in the community when they come out. I mean, let that make sense to you, Ghost.
nah, I can't because in the day you're playing around with the human being's lives. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't experiment to the government. We're not an experiment because they're not going to go live in a big mansion or whatever. They're going to live on general working class areas.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, it's too far. Some people want that video to be played again. Are we all right to play it one more time? We let it play all the way through.
Yeah, doesn't bother me. It just shows up for the fucking idiot that he is, to be quite honest.
In case we missed anything in the first go, guys, all you lot, I'm gonna let it play one more time all the way through. Make sure you get what you need out of it.
If you can see me and hear me, let me know. Don't want to start talking till I can. Is it even live? Let me know if you can hear me and see me, please. Send me a message, let me know. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is how it's going to go down. This is how it's going to happen, okay? This is how it's going to happen. If this fella has come off a boat, shit. Even if he's not come off a boat, even if, honestly, I'm ready to go. I'm literally ready to go. Do you know what? I've just been sent the pictures of Southport today. Fucking 7-year-old girl, mate, lying on the fucking floor, blood pissing out of every fucking stab hole. Like, what is going on? Is anyone else ready? Because I'm ready. I'm literally ready. Like, this is it. Like, honestly, if we find out this fella's come out over on a boat, yeah, how much more? Yeah, how much more?
And this is the point Wendy made. That if we
Yeah.
find out he's come out on the boat, so if he's not come out on the boat, it's okay to kill little
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
You absolute twat.
Here's the question.
Tell us where he's from. If
Here's
he's
the
done
question.
this,
Here's the question: is that the same vehicle that Tommy used to escape with?
it could be. He probably dropped him off. There's a lot of luggage in the back, as you can see it. But the thing is, it's like, does it matter if he's coming off a boat or not? If he's done such things to children, like he's described, unfortunately, blood pouring out of every stab wound, that means these children have been multiple times stabbed. It wasn't like one stab wound. How can somebody hurt a little innocent child unless you have severe mental health issues? But let's carry on.
More until we say that actually going down somewhere and just walking the streets is not going to change anything. Like, we need to be going to the Home Office and we need to be making sure none of them can leave that building. Like, we need to do something very extreme to make them starting to listen to what we're doing, because now the fact that
Sorry, these people thought I'm talking from wherever. I put my sort of mouthpiece up, so it was right up, and I was on the phone. I didn't realize. Sorry, ladies. Sorry, Irish. I know you're
You were
getting
flushing the
upset.
toilet.
young, tiny, vulnerable little kids are being stabbed on the streets of England. Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at? And not even how many days ago we've got British soldiers being targeted. Now the kids are being targeted. If they come out and they say this geezer's got mental health problems, if they start going down that route, I'm on it. I'm going to separate myself away from what Tommy's doing. I don't want his reputation to be tarnished.
He doesn't want Tommy's reputation to be tarnished. Oh my god, I think he missed the boat there. No pun intended. But I think Mr. I don't think so. You can have a worse reputation than Tommy does at the moment, with all the grifting and sleeping with traffic women and stuff like that. I don't think so. You can really get past his reputation. But yeah, you carry on, man. You go on the extreme levels, you idiot. Yeah, your family, your wife and kids can suffer alone. Then, innit? You really want to go down there, Danny?
Things will change once the information comes out about this. It is now time. Like we're gonna do. Wait until one of our kids are gone. Wait until one of our kids are attacked. It has to go now. It has to go now. Seriously, that's where we're at. Everyone has to stop talking. We have to literally mobilize. I'm normally very calm. You know I'm very calm, but I've just seen the pictures. My daughter is pretty much the same fucking age of these kids laying on the fucking street. Yeah? My daughter is the same age. It's enough. It is literally enough. As soon as we get the info, as soon as we know, we have to come out. You have to forget work. You have to forget what your what holiday you was about. We have to hit the streets. We have to make a huge impact all around the country. Every city needs to go up. Everywhere. That's where we're at with this. I'm sorry I'm so angry, but I've just seen fucking little kids, man. Little fucking kids on the streets of what I've just seen.
Yeah, I think it wasn't the best time to make a video when you're a father of a little daughter. And you have to see that. Yeah, I can relate to Danny, but we have
Yeah,
been
oh
seeing.
yeah, his emotion, yeah.
Yeah, but we have been seeing this for a while. We have been talking about the Palestinian children, Danny, but you've ignored us, and you've in a way said they deserve it because they support Hamas.
You should have seen what I've just fucking seen, man. Like it is. We're not in a Middle Eastern country. We're not in a shithole where these things happen on a daily basis. This is England. These are kids. These are little kids. Enough is enough. A soldier. They give us the bullshit with the Manchester stuff to stop us from talking about it. And now look at it. It is enough. As soon as we find out what the situation is, we are hitting the streets. It is that simple. Because if they think that they can just brush this off like they did with the soldier, brush this off. You're not brushing this off. I've been sent the recordings, which I'm probably sure most of you heard, but I have just been sent graphic.
Why are people taking pictures of young children dead? I understand journalists because that's their job, but average folk should like have a bit more respect for the dead man.
Graphic pictures of tiny little girls laying on the street with blood. They don't care because they're allowing this to happen. Listen, I hate being like this. I hate acting like this because I'm normally very calm, but we cannot just keep talking about this all the time. We can't do it. So just get prepared. Just be ready. Just be ready because we have to. It has to go off in different cities. We have to be pinpoint. We have to show them that we've had enough. It literally is that simple. So, yeah, I'm sorry. It's just I've literally in the last 10 minutes, I just got sent through for someone and said, look, do you sure you want me to send you these? And I said, listen, I need to see what's happened today. Because from the mainstream media, you get this half truths and these things. Honestly, I've never seen pictures like that. I've never seen tiny little bodies of kids laying on the streets with blood pissing out of them. Because
I can relate to that, Danny, because we were
Yeah, but
disgusted.
here's the thing though. For the last 6 months, everyone else has been subject to these sort of images. Everyone else has been fucking traumatized. But obviously these Zionist pricks avoid looking at Palestinian images because they don't want their hearts to
No,
soften.
can't.
They don't
It's
want their
different. It's
hearts. Listen,
different when
listen.
it's in your
They
own
don't want their
country.
hearts to soften towards innocent Palestinians. They want to stay
Can't,
hard.
can't.
That's
It's
what it
fucking
is.
different when it's in your own country.
All right,
So stop
all right,
that.
Wendy.
What do you
I
mean? You
agree
don't know
with
what nationality them kids are.
I agree with Wendy.
They
It's
could be
Well, it's
different
a
Turkish
when it's
kids.
on.
fucking
They could be black
I
country.
kids. You don't know.
I don't care what nationality they are.
Well
Actually,
then,
can't.
well then.
can 1 second. I agree with Wendy to a bit. It's different when it's on your own doorstep. But Wendy, do you think that now that they've experienced that, they will have a different outlook of what's going
No,
on to them
no,
children?
no.
Exactly.
So, so the outlook will
Exactly.
be the same. They won't think like, "Wow, we've had two
No,
children
because
die
it's not
here,
happening.
and look
No,
at the
because
state we're in. Imagine
no,
we've seen
no,
thousands of children dying like that. That
no,
wouldn't
no,
play on a
it's,
person's conscience.
no, no, no.
Because as much as I hate Israel and the Zionist propaganda machine, I don't want to see dead Israeli children. I don't want to see any children dead anywhere in the world. It's not a sight that.
But we live in a country that's meant to be a first world country, and what's happening in it is more like a third world country.
So third world country children mean nothing.
No, what I'm saying in third world countries, children are more often killed, aren't they? I didn't say
So
they didn't mean
it's more
anything.
common. You mean it's more
Yeah,
common
yeah.
for it to happen? Yeah, that's fair comment.
There
I
needs to
wouldn't
be
say I wouldn't say
mass.
that there's more terrorism in third world countries than there is in Western countries. That's not true.
Hang on, who's
All right.
saying this is
Kids,
fucking terrorism? Who's saying
well,
this is terrorism?
I would class this as terrorism. I would class.
All
I
right. No,
know
no, but can
not by the modern version of terrorism, as in international political people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about anything that's basically putting terror into your people. Any kind of
all right.
attack
No, no,
that's putting
can
terror
let's
into your people. I'll call that a
yeah.
terrorist attack.
All right. Let's just simplify it. We're talking about children dying, so it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be by terrorism. It could be by accident, by crazy people, by all sorts. What
Yeah,
Wendy
terrorists
and
ain't always
me
Muslim, are they?
not
It's not
talking
always
about that. I'm
political.
talk
Why is it always political? Why can't it
no
be
what.
just a nutcase?
All right.
We have
No,
not
this is what
made
I'm
it
saying.
political.
We're
Danny
talking
has.
about that there's more children that probably get knocked over in third world countries on trucks and accidents because they don't have the sophisticated systems of crossing like we do. We can agree to that. That is normal. There's more children probably dying of like uh, dehydration, heat because they don't have the facilities to look after that. There's probably more children um, dying of maybe terrorism as well. You know, there's more. What we're trying to say that we're not used to seeing children
No,
going that way, that third world countries, because how many, like I've had
Ghost, think
relatives.
about the words that are coming out your mouth and think about what you're saying. Are you telling me that in Pakistan or in Turkey, more kids are killed by lone wolves or terrorists or any type of these things
No,
than
no, no,
in
no,
the West?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm
Like,
saying
one
that
minute, Ghost, be real. The most times we hear about this is happening in America. School shootings in America is their bread and butter. This don't happen in
no,
Turkey.
no, no, yeah, I agree,
There ain't no school
I
shootings in Turkey.
I agree with Khan's thing where deliberate attack on children's happen more in probably Western societies
Exactly.
where
So why is he sitting
where
in his car
no, no,
talking about
let
third
me
world
finish, Khan.
countries? He's
Let me
buzzing.
finish, Khan.
This is
Let me. All
their
right,
MO. This is
all
their
right, Khan.
modus operandi.
Khan, let me finish. But children dying under accidental deaths
No
is
one's
probably
talking about
more.
that. No one's talking about
No,
children falling off cliffs
Me and
or
Wendy
getting
was,
grabbed by eagles. No one's
me and
talking
Wendy
about
was
that.
talking about
Nah, nah,
casual
nah, nah, nah,
deaths,
nah.
like I've heard in Pakistan, a lot of kids getting
Falling off motorbikes and things. Yeah, we know about that.
electrocuted because they don't have the same sophisticated system like AC,
exactly.
DC
Yeah.
that we have here, where the electric, where you have a power cut before. I've heard like I've heard stories from my parents and others that so and so lost a child
It's not what
because
he's talking about, bro.
they
He's
got
talking about let's take
they
to the
got
streets
no.
and go to 10
I
Downing
know,
Street.
Khan. We're not
Bruv,
saying
why?
what
I don't
he's
know why you're
saying.
doing this, bro. Why are you doing this?
All right,
Just
I'll
sounds
just play the
stupid,
video.
though. Just really just makes you sound stupid. I don't know
No, it
why you want to
doesn't.
play to Wendy's
No, it
tune, though.
doesn't.
We were
No,
just
it
talking
doesn't.
about natural stuff that was happening to children.
Yeah, no one
It
gives a fuck
wasn't.
about that. No one cares about that.
All right. I'll play the video.
Mass police action. Every teenager that is walking the streets needs to be checked for weapons. Every asylum migrant house needs to be checked. Every migrant hotel needs to be
What?
fucking checked.
What? Every asylum
Check
seeker needs to
them
be
now.
checked? What? So asylum seekers, people who are fleeing from violence, people are running from British wars all around the world, have to now be victimized. Is that right? They have to have their houses checked. Asylum seekers have to have their houses
Khan, fuck
checked.
off,
Is that what
Khan.
he's
Fuck off,
saying?
Khan.
But that's what
Fuck
he's
off, Khan.
saying.
Fuck
Listen,
off,
Wendy,
Khan.
I don't know why you're not enraged by this little common twat
I
using
think she
people's
was. I
deaths,
think she was at
I
the
using
am.
start.
people's
I
deaths for his
am.
own
Yeah, I
agenda.
am. Yeah, I am.
He's
Yeah.
using it for his own agenda. He's worse than Tommy Robinson. He's using people's deaths for his own agenda. Listen to the things that are coming out his mouth. Let's take to the streets. Forget about your holiday. Forget about your work. Who the fuck is he to
Yeah,
tell
no.
people how
This
to
is a
fulfill
man.
their pain? Who is
This is
he?
man that has totally lost his emotions here, and he's just gone on a tirade against
But he
like
knows to
most
target
refugees.
immigrants, though, right?
Yeah. He's
Oh,
mostly
right, okay.
doing it because he's already made his mind up. Is that it's an immigrant that did it. Did
Yeah.
someone post the name of somebody that actually done it earlier? Was it Babs or? But yeah, he's already made his mind up, so he's lost the plot here. So this is not a good look for Danny Tomo, but he's not a good reputation anyway. But this has lost it.
He's trying to take over after Tommy's gone, but he just
Yeah,
ain't really
he's the new man in
capable.
charge.
He's just not
For
capable.
us to keep making videos, it's not enough for us to keep showing that we're angry. We need to show them that we're angry. It is literally
Oh.
that simple. 2 little kids are dead. That could have been my daughter. That could have been your daughter. This is a random place. Southport. So it's a random place.
Listen,
It's going to
pause
happen.
this, pause
It's going to
this,
keep happening
pause
until
it,
we
pause it.
realise.
Yeah. Can't go on.
Listen, if you look
Mm.
at what he's saying for the people to take to the streets as soon as they find out what's happening and go to the government and basically trap them in the building so they can't come out until this is sorted. And then he's talking about inciting people into violence. This is basically terrorism, what he's saying. Like, if this was in America and you had them white far right shooters, yeah, this would be food for their ears. So for him to say things that he's saying now, trust me, he'll be looked at by the terrorist unit as a terrorist, as a far right
I
terrorist.
can see him getting arrested soon.
He's literally
Because I think he's
inciting
gone a
people
bit
to
too
attack
far.
the government buildings, bro.
Yeah, I think he's gone a bit too far. He needs
Looking at
to
the
just
terror act right
like
now, he falls under section 1 and 2.
yeah. He's gone a bit too far with what he said. He
I'll be
needs to
surprised if
know.
nothing don't happen to this guy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll be
Like,
very
if I was Keir
surprised.
Starmer sitting in 10 Downing Street listening to this, I'll be thinking, who the fuck is this prick? Fucking send out the bobbies, go and grab him and bring him
No, but
bring him
if
up to
you
the
think
fucking
that these
cells.
people have just gathered, well, I thought 10K at the protest, but he's not saying 70. Babs was saying 100K. But
Who
if that's
cares?
this
What's that?
and
Who cares?
this person, Tommy didn't organize that. He organized it. Danny Tomo is the main person that organized events. So if he can mobilize 70,000 people and he's coming out with stuff like this, then expect trouble on our streets in the next few days.
We are the only ones, the fathers of this country, the mothers of this country are the only ones that can put enough pressure on to actually get something to be done. They're normalizing violence, extreme violence to our communities. They're normalizing it. We never had a country like this. Enough is enough. I'm ready to go. I know that a lot of you are, and I'm literally just speaking to other people at the moment. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go. What does
Look,
that
man,
mean?
if we look at the amount of school shootings and attacks on kids, yeah, it's a very recent phenomenon, mainly in America. Like there has been a couple of things that's happened in England. Even that Afghani geezer that threw acid on the woman and threw himself in the Thames. I think he attacked her children as well. Yeah. So these are all recent things. I'm not saying it's predominantly a Western thing or a white thing or whatever. I'm not targeting anyone. But what I am saying is this thing of targeting immigrants or making that like asylum seekers are to blame for this, or we never had a country like this. That's all bullshit.
Well,
That's
the
all
truth is,
bullshit. That's
nobody
all them
knows
using
who
it for
did
their
it.
own agenda, and it's very
Nobody knows
dangerous what they're
who did
doing.
it. I'm
Yeah,
just checking the news now, and they still, even now, all they're saying is a 17-year-old boy remains in custody.
the way I see it, regardless of who did it, your reaction shouldn't be different of who did it. It should be the
Exactly.
same.
No.
Your
Exactly.
reaction should be the same. That little children, innocent, poor little children, are being killed. Does it matter if a guy bloody jumped off a boat that did it, or somebody that's indigenous to this land did it? They both
Yeah, but
scumbags.
he separated them up, Ghost. He said, if this person's off a boat, we're ready to go.
That's what I mean.
And
This
like,
is why I'm
if
saying
he's
it.
not off a
It shouldn't
boat,
matter who done it.
yeah, yeah.
It should be respective. If
Which
somebody,
there should be a fucking demonstration anyway to make the
yeah,
streets
regardless,
be
this
safer.
is where
Yeah,
he's gone wrong. He should have just stuck to it that we're gonna go out regardless of who done it. But he made
yeah,
it sound like if he's off a boat, then we're gonna do something. If he's not, then we just what? You're gonna watch football.
yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. That's what I don't like about this.
Yeah,
That he's
this is
done
why he
that.
that's why he let himself down massively.
We are literally that ready to go. And Peter, if anyone's wondering why I'm so angry and why I'm so frustrated, it's because I've just been sent the pictures from today from the street. Someone had taken pictures of a tiny little girl.
You shouldn't have fucking asked for the pictures then.
Nah.
Yeah, I think if someone said I'm gonna send you pictures, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna see that because there's no way I'll be able to sleep that night.
He has no right having them. You
Mm.
know, who's he at the end of the fucking day?
Why are people circulating pictures like that anyway?
Exactly.
Disgusting.
Fucking sick,
You're
aren't they?
disrespecting the families.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, what I've just seen will scar me for the whole of my life. What they've done,
Me.
what they've allowed to happen. Just get ready. Just
You're not making sense, Danny. You're being a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and telling people to get ready was like the
Get
worst
ready
thing
for
you could
what?
have said.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do now? Do you want to join Tommy
With this
on
guy,
these
Paul
terrorist
Golden.
charges?
Paul Golden.
Get ready for what though? What's he fucking talking about?
Mm. The issue is that these lot, the way I see it is that these lot are so fed up of immigration and this, that, the other. They literally,
Yeah, I get that anger, right? I understand that. You know
they
I do,
want to
right?
deal with it overnight. It's not an
But
overnight
but
thing.
but Ghost, no one knows, and I personally don't care who did it. As far as I'm concerned, that person doesn't deserve to live. So why he
100%.
separated it up, I don't know.
He just made himself look like an extremist idiot. Because if he said that regardless of who done it, we're hitting the streets, everybody can relate to that because
Yeah, exactly.
no
Yeah.
person out there doesn't want them people not getting justice. But when he said if they come off a boat, that's what the problem was. Why did you have to say that, Danny? You know, are you saying that if they didn't come off a boat, then you're okay with little kids being put in that state that the pictures that you've seen?
Well,
Obviously,
I've checked.
luckily,
I've researched the little village he comes from. I can't see him being any kind of migrant, to be quite honest.
Really? Didn't Babs put some name out earlier? I was on
No,
the
there's no
phone, but
name
I was trying.
released. There's no
Huh?
name released. There's
There's
no
no
name.
name being no. There's no name being put out.
I'm sure
Babs is
Babs put some
losing
name.
it. No.
Oh, let me
Mm.
check the other news outlets. Then. But I
But Babs
shouldn't
put
think.
a name that's I wasn't familiar with.
Babs didn't even know Bob the Builder existed.
Oh yeah, she thought I was taking piss when I called him Bob the Builder.
No, no, he's always been Bob the Builder, hasn't he?
Oh
I know
shit!
that.
I like Babs. That's not taking the piss, man. That was even before I knew him. They all called him Bob the Builder. Babs saw taking piss. That's mad.
They normally don't release the name anyway for at least 24 hours. It's pretty much standard anywhere around the
Yeah,
world.
you'd imagine releasing a name of somebody that just killed little children. Fucking hell.
Yeah, bad
Yeah,
stuff.
well, he's lost any fucking right to privacy as far as I'm concerned, but I guess
Yeah,
you've got to
yeah.
think of his family because
Well, yeah,
they
Oh,
haven't
not
done it,
his
have
family.
they?
I think you just gotta think of the consequences. When people are so angry, they can lead them to do all sorts. So it's
Oh
like,
God, yeah, as Danny Tomo's just proven.
mm. And I get some of it because as a father, I was also thinking about my daughter. So I know where he's coming from. But when he started sort of saying that when if they come off the boats, if they're in hotels, I think that's where he crossed the line. If he said
Yeah.
once we find out who it is, we're just gonna take to the streets, fair enough.
No, I don't know what Babs is doing putting names out because there's no names being put out.
That's
See
right.
what I mean about the fucking internet, right? And what it does.
Yeah, because people are plucking information from all over. So it could be TikTok, could be Twitter, could be other places. Uh, and then they don't realize that it's not necessarily true information that you're plucking out in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
old
mad.
Danny there, he should have had a word with himself before he decided to do that video. He really should.
Yeah, maybe Tommy Robinson really needs to be out to keep control of these idiots. Because if without him, one day without him, that this guy's potentially committed like incitement to fucking terrorism or violence. It's just like mad that like one day this guy just went and said something utterly crazy and ridiculous. Absolutely mad, man. But guys, I'm gonna call it a night now. It's been a good chat.
All
Thank
right.
you for everybody
Better than
warning, and
arguing,
thank you
isn't it?
for Wendy apologizing, and I apologize again to you. The only reason I said what I said is I wanted you to feel hurt, and I'm sure you was. But yeah,
Yeah, I'd rather just not talk about religion.
yeah, I would be same. So next time me and you cross paths, we can agree, disagree, but as long
Yeah.
as you don't go for a low blow, I won't either.
All right, love. Okay
All right,
then. Thank
all
you.
right, big up.
Bye bye.
All right, see you
Bye.
later.
Okay, okay,
Big up
Ghost.
Aduki. Big up
No problem.
everybody in chat. Thanks for joining us today.
Just kill
Hopefully,
it.
we'll get more on this story soon. I don't
Yeah.
know next time I'll be able to go live, but
Then it doesn't matter where. They normally never release a name for at least 24 hours or
mm,
longer, because they obviously have to notify his family. Because if they leaked his name, you got idiots like Danny Tomo that might show up at his parents' house, and the kid's not even there. But
yeah,
you got to protect everybody. Like,
he's already put the collar out. So
but
imagine the
yeah,
emotion that
but
people are
yeah,
going to be feeling.
I've always been that when everybody knows without a shadow of a doubt who's the fucking murderer. the death penalty should be on the table every time. That would curtail, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think it's time this country reevaluate stuff and just to provide justice to them families that
Well,
are
yeah.
affected by this.
No, but the
That
thing is,
there
you know,
needs to
if
be a
you,
closure.
yeah,
There needs to be
not
a
just that,
closure.
not just that. If you knew you're gonna fucking die, I think that would make a lot of people think, no, I better not go do something stupid.
Yeah, of course. Just it works as a deterrent, doesn't it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Anyways, big up Aduki.
all
Thanks
right.
for jumping on today, bro. Big up Strawberry, Cyrus, and everybody else. Dopey Dave in the chat.
See you later.
Papa
I'm
Cop.
leaving.
Hope you all guys have a good evening. Take care. See you later.